How old did you get? Or you don't want to share?
Don't want to share. Who
Oh,
knows?
maybe. And well, maybe what are you doing today? Like, are you planning to eat some cake, some vegan cake? Shall I hold this? Yep.
Hey, Marissa's there. Hello, Marissa. Nice to see you.
Nice. Vegan Power is here on TikTok. So today we're trying something a little bit different.
Yeah,
It's
let's see how it goes.
It's an experiment that I've been thinking about using televisions to do this, and we're going to be experimenting with that and with my group called Vegan Future. So instead of talking about veganism or animal abuses directly, we'll just talk about injustice and how, you know, during slavery times, people thought it was normal to keep slaves, or during like apartheid times, people thought it was normal to segregate races. And whether people believe of themselves that during those times they would have been different, or whether they would have been just like everybody else, which is to say that they would have participated in the injustice. And also why they think that of themselves, because my sense is that if people believe that of themselves, that yeah, I would have not been a Nazi, or I would have been, against apartheid, if they can't find like a proper reason for that, it's probably not wrong. It's probably not right. Thank you very much. Yeah.
There's plenty of parking space, by the way.
Thank you. She's super annoyed by it.
Oh no, she has to move a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
She seemed like, who are you to tell me where to park? Hey, hello.
How old are you guys?
18.
18.
Okay. Are you guys
That's
okay
right.
being live on YouTube and TikTok?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Nice. Can you stand here so that you're in view?
You? Yeah.
What are the questions about?
Nice.
So yeah,
Well, first of all, what's your name?
Luca?
Luca. I'm Chip.
Luca.
Nice to meet you.
Eduardo.
Eduardo.
Eduardo, Lobo,
Where are you guys from?
Rome.
Luca.
Rome. What brings you to Amsterdam? Living here or?
Interrailing.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Nice.
Right. So yeah, we wanted to talk a little bit about injustices. We're also standing in front of Anne Frank Museum, right?
Yep.
So, well, considering Anne Frank, at some point in Nazi Germany, most people were Nazis. What do you think? If you would have grown up in Nazi Germany, not as a Jew, but as a, ethnic German, if that is even a thing, do you think you would have been a Nazi?
Sure. I think it's maybe easier for us to answer since we live in Italy, where we have had something somehow similar.
Yeah, with Mussolini, or
Yes,
you mean? Yeah.
exactly, with
Yeah.
fascism. And we saw how propaganda really touched everybody.
Yeah.
I think it's difficult to answer like that because we know obviously how awful it is,
Yeah.
but apparently it wasn't so obvious, it wasn't so easy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
I don't really think it's possible to answer with
So
right now.
you could have been a Nazi. That's what you're saying.
Obviously, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Obviously. Yeah.
Rationally,
Yeah. But is it rational or is it more emotional? Actually.
it's more emotional.
Yeah, yeah,
It's a
I
moral
think-
thing. Morally,
Right.
I can't think I would be a Nazi, of course.
Yeah. But you don't know. Yeah.
Mm.
That's a very good answer. Actually, I really like that. That emotionally you feel like you wouldn't have been a Nazi, but rationally
They w-
you
they
know
were.
that
They
they,
d- they
were,
weren't all
and they
awful
were
people.
kind of brainwashed to be Nazis,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
And so you don't know whether you're impervious to brainwash, right?
Yeah.
And what about you?
I think so too. I think it's very easy to become a Nazi, a fascist,
Yeah.
in periods where everybody wants to adhere to an ideology, and it's very easy to become manipulated from that ideology.
for sure. Yeah.
And if you analyze the massive and rapid change that has happened in Nazi Germany, for instance, in 4 or 5 months, where everybody made the salute to Hitler and said
Yeah.
Heil Hitler.
Yeah.
And you say, how is it possible? I think it's
Yeah.
very easy, actually.
Yeah.
And I think when people have a lot of freedom, they want to give up their freedom to a leader, which is who is charismatic and all. And there are many studies about that, about the fact of wanting to give up our freedom to someone.
Sure.
And so I think maybe we would be Nazi if
How would
Yeah.
you think you need to combat this? Like, say, for instance, if you would assume that maybe you are victims of propaganda right now, right? Because that's how people were, right? They were essentially victims of propaganda. Like, if somebody's telling you that you're a victim of propaganda and you are violating somebody's rights right now, do you think you should stop, or what exactly do you think you should do?
I think there is no limit to prevention and to talking about this always, and we are very tempted to say in this world, in this time, we wouldn't be capable of doing it, but actually we would. So
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Very
you
good.
like
So,
you
what's
we
the
as a,
antidote, right?
yeah, what's the antidote? And we as a society, yes, we definitely would. But my question is more about you as in the individuals that you guys are. Like, if you fall prey to some form of propaganda, and we're trying to tell you, hey, this is propaganda, and because of this, individuals are suffering, or they get killed, or whatever. Do you think you should stop?
stop doing what?
Stop with the propaganda, stop believing the propaganda, and stop contributing to the killing, exploitation, or whatever's happening
of
to
course.
these individuals.
Of course.
Absolutely. Just
All right.
Does
So
it matter if the individuals belong to a certain group, if they're different than you?
no, of course not.
What if they
The
walk
individuals
funny?
that are being dominated. You know?
Yeah. What
No,
if they
for
look
sure.
funny, they walk funny, they walk different? What if they're stupid, they're not intelligent?
No, because it can be animals, it can be humans, it can be anybody.
Okay,
It's
okay.
the oppression as the idea, as what it is.
all right. So and what do you think is the antidote to this propaganda? Like, let's say that somebody confronts you with, okay, here is a type of oppression that is happening in 2026, and it's because they're in a different group as you, and you're benefiting from it somehow. What do you think should happen then for you to step out of this?
Firstly, it's very difficult to understand when it is propaganda and when it is not.
Yeah.
And then I think there is no antidote.
How would you figure that out? Like, let's say you're in the middle of it.
With critical thinking, even if it's rare in our
Yeah, yeah.
society.
All right.
But there's no total antidote. You
Yeah.
cannot say, here's the antidote, you take it, and
But critical thinking would be like part of the answer, right?
yeah, of course, but not
So
everyone
like
has
the
it.
antidote maybe is critical thinking, but then we have to go into like what is critical thinking.
Yeah,
It's-
exactly.
Let's not really go there because then this conversation is really going too deep into this direction. But like critical thinking, right? So that means like if you logically say something, like you come to a conclusion like this is wrong, right? And then you find out it conflicts with your daily behavior, then should you go with the critical thinking or should you go with your kind of gut emotion at that point? Like, oh, but I've done this my whole life, and it's everybody does it. Should you follow those reasons or should you go with the critical thinking? What do you think?
In moral logic, there is no doubt that you should follow your critical thinking and stop what
Alright.
you're doing. But I think that the moral conversation usually isn't that representative of the real life. So it's difficult to answer.
Okay,
let's
let's
get
get
to
to
the
it then.
quick,
Let's let's try one.
So you said, by the way,
Injustice in 2026.
yeah. So you said oppressing anybody would be wrong, and we agree with you. How about oppressing animals? Is that wrong?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. Do you think when we choose to farm animals, we're oppressing them?
Yes. And I think it's wrong,
So your critical thinking says yes,
But
and
yes.
it's wrong.
but that's where I was going.
but
But I don't think it's something we are ready as a society to sacrifice.
isn't that
But what
exactly
about you
what?
as an individual? Are you ready to give it up?
I've honestly thought about this since my dad is partially vegan, so
Oh, really?
I've thought about it. No, I mean it depends, but he does it for other reasons. Um, I don't know.
It's interesting though. You say, yes, it's wrong, and then there comes a but, and then do all the reasons that follow after a but. Are they still part of critical thinking, or are they part of like, oh, we've always done it, and no, everybody has to change before we can, or are it so normal in our society now, or whatever? Do those reasons seem like critical thinking to you?
Well, not really, but there's some parts of critical think. I mean,
Okay, give me a critical thinking, like proper critical thought that says that it's okay to kill animals even if we have all these alternatives today that make us, like for example, I've not eaten meat in 26 years, I'm vegan for 6 years, he's been vegan for many years. There's like tons of studies that say you can live healthy on a vegan diet. So what is the critical thought that tells you that we should keep eating animals, we should keep slaughtering animals, keep breeding them, keep raping them, keep putting them in gas chambers, keep slitting their throats for food that we don't need? So what critical thought can you form around
First
that?
of all, let's divide ways in which the animals is killed, of course.
Oh wait, does that matter?
If
the
intensive
Jewish
farming
people
is
weren't
very worse
wait,
than.
so if Jewish people weren't put in gas chambers but shot in the head, then the injustice would have been any better?
It's absolutely not the same because the suffering is, of course, more intense in intensive farming of animals, etc.
Well, gas chambers, by the way animals are killed are not part of the way the farm is happening. That's a common misconception. Animals can live perfectly nice on a small farm, and then they get killed in a slaughterhouse. Most of the animals get killed in slaughterhouses. They can't kill them on farms because, if you kill an animal on a farm, the other animals would smell it. They would get spooked. They wouldn't like it. So farmers don't usually kill animals on a farm unless like it's a backyard type of situation where
Yeah,
I live.
exactly.
But that's nothing where you buy from, right? The backyard just means you kill them for yourself. But either way, no matter how they're killed, isn't the fact that they get killed is the bad action?
Yeah, of course, it's bad, and with critical thinking, with the moral conversation that we're having, I think, of course, we should reflect on what we're doing. But as I said,
Just reflect. Like if we told you that what you're doing is putting Jewish people in gas chambers, would you say, okay, I need to reflect on it, or would you need to stop?
I think this comparison doesn't really.
We're
work.
putting animals in gas chambers. You yourself said that injustices, oppression can happen towards animals. Jewish people are animals just like I'm an animal. Just because they're of a different ethnicity or just because they're different individuals doesn't mean that somehow we get to oppress them, right?
No, of course, but the races don't exist. But I think
I
that
never said racist, but okay.
yeah, you've talked about ethnic groups. So
Yeah.
basically, ethnic group doesn't mean that one ethnic group is superior to another in absolutely no ways.
Neither do the species, right?
But I don't know. Yes, this I don't know. Do you
Yes,
think
you don't know. Do you think a species is superior to another species?
Yeah,
Based on what?
based on the morality that we have as humans, based on what we have
morality
achieved.
doesn't say who's superior. Morality says what is right and wrong. So what is the superiority of a species based on?
No, the morality.
Morality, apparently.
No, the morality is the moral capability, and the moral is what justifies
So
what
if
is
somebody
right and what
has
is wrong.
moral capability,
Yeah.
they're superior to somebody who doesn't have moral capability.
Apparently, that's what he's saying.
So an
Yeah.
intellectually challenged human being who cannot possibly judge what is right or wrong,
Sorry.
a person who is born like a baby who never grows up in their mind, they're intellectually challenged. This person can never find out what is right or wrong. They can never have this, like we do, try to ration what is right and wrong. So
Yeah,
if this
my
person,
2-year-old daughter doesn't have morality.
Yeah, so if this-
Should we send her to the slaughterhouse?
Then we're about to talk a philosophical conversation about the
Yeah.
potential.
no, there's
yeah,
people
yeah.
who never
What
have
if they?
potential.
What if
Yeah.
she never grows up? Like we don't know.
Yeah,
Like,
there's people
maybe
who
she never gets
cognitively
morality.
remain the same age their whole life. Is it they never get morality? Should we treat them like we treat animals?
No, absolutely not.
So are they inferior
All
to
right.
animals?
So
are,
then
they,
morality is not the thing.
are they inferior to us because they can't tell immorality?
I think someone who doesn't have the cognitive capabilities of a normal person is inferior in a particular way, but we don't, of course, shouldn't kill him or her. but with animals, I think.
But that's what you just were saying. You
Yeah, you're
said like
saying-
morality is the thing that separates us from animals.
Yeah.
Animals, it's okay apparently to kill them because they don't have morality. Then he says, but what if we have a human that doesn't have morality and cannot have the capability of morality ever? And you say it's not okay to kill them. So apparently then it's not morality.
So let me ask you a question. Do you trace the line between humans and all animals or not?
No.
So a mosquito is equal to us.
A mosquito is so. First of
Well-
all, it depends on who you're asking. If you're asking a mosquito is far more important than a human is. If you're asking a cow, probably they'll be like, I don't give a fuck. I'd rather have a mosquito than a human because a human just rapes and kills them. So it depends on who you're asking. It's a point of relativity, right?
Yeah, I'm asking
If- If from a relative point of view, of course, to me, I'm a human being. Of course, a human will matter more to me because I'm a human being.
Yeah, yeah,
But that's just a bias because of the group that I belong to. It doesn't mean necessarily that a human being has more value than a mosquito does, because inherently to them, their life matters to them just as much as your life matters to you, and that's all that matters. And we're not placing like this whole superiority and inferiority complex. Let's stay away from it, okay? Because this isn't about who's better, who's worse. Because regardless if you say somebody's worse, like you just did about somebody who's intellectually challenged, you said they're inferior, which I disagree. But let's assume that you do believe that. It doesn't mean that you get to cut their throat because they believe that they're inferior. So even if you believe that animals are inferior, it doesn't justify you cutting their throat for an optional product.
Okay, yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah,
And
so
I would say the same thing, but in the opposite way. I would say yes, I draw lines, and Chip also draws lines, but we understand that those lines are arbitrary. If you like
And blurry.
the reason why you mention morality as like the yardstick to measure on,
There are many yardsticks.
yeah, but like why did you reach for morality? And we've had these conversations many
I
times.
could say language, for instance.
Yeah, you could also say that, but the reason
Everyone
why
has
you
language.
Yeah, it is.
take these particular yardsticks is because they matter to you. But like in objective reality, they don't matter at all. It's only your opinion. So who am I to say that this is the yardstick that we should measure all life on, the moral worth of all life? Like I'm gonna pick the things that matter to me, and I know that I am biased. So yes, I do have lines, but I don't think that those lines should be like objectively there. Like we should like make a law that says like my mother is more important than you because I just met you, you know? That's not what I think that we should base our morality on. Of course I have lines, but I don't think in moral law we should have lines.
So yeah, this is, I think, a philosophy conversation, and philosopher have always tried to trace lines
Yeah.
in many different ways.
But you
and-
realize that those lines are pretty arbitrary, right?
but either way, right? Like you're in a position where you're oppressing animals. Do you think you should stop?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Critical thought says that you should stop.
yeah,
right?
exactly.
Because there's
There's
no good
already a
reason to
should.
continue, is there? Is there a good reason? Like, yeah, we should cut the throat of this cow because I want this sandwich, but I could also take this sandwich, which doesn't cut the throat of anyone. You know, it's just plants,
Mm-hmm.
and I can be healthy on that sandwich. I can be healthy on that sandwich. This sandwich costs the same. That sandwich costs the same. Like, why should we cut the throat of this cow for a fucking sandwich that we're going to eat and forget? You know, there's no good reason, is there?
No, good reflection. We're
All right.
So how many more victims are you going to create going forward from now on? How many more animals are going to be exploited to death for you?
we'll see.
You'll see.
You'll see. Yeah.
Is that a way we should treat all injustices? How many more victims are you going to generate going forward? We'll see.
It's difficult to change.
Is it?
Yeah.
So let me just.
Wait, what's the difficulty? I'm sorry, but I'm failing to understand. Where's the difficulty? Is it difficult to pick a different product?
Is it difficult to go every day to the gym? Yeah, of course. To change it, one's habits
going
is
to the
difficult.
gym means 2 hours of work. You are faced with the choice of what you eat every day, and you make that choice. Nobody's forcing you into a position or nothing. You don't have to put in extra energy to make a different choice. You just have to make a different choice.
No, but there is energy and there is.
What kind of
difficulty.
energy do you think it requires that if you go to
It's
a
difficult,
restaurant and you have a
actually.
plant-based option and an animal-based option, you know that one implies oppression towards the animal and this one doesn't. What kind of energy do you think it requires for you to choose the plant-based option?
No, in this occasion, no.
So every restaurant from now on only plant-based for you.
You're here in Amsterdam now. There's so many vegan restaurants. There's so many vegan options everywhere. You're gonna go eat something later on, right? Why not pick the vegan option and not oppress any animals?
Yeah, I agree. We'll
Right.
keep the vegan.
But also, like, I think you need to be properly motivated to do this, right?
What? Yeah. Sorry.
How do you feel about this?
Sorry, we have to go.
It's okay.
We're a bit late.
Okay.
That was a good
So
conversation.
pick the
Sorry, thank
option
you
where
very
people don't cut the throats of animals, yeah?
Just give it
Because they
cards.
don't like it.
Challenge
Thank
22,
you.
they help you go vegan for free. Watch the most important speech you'll ever hear. You'll
Yeah.
enjoy it.
And apply that critical thinking, huh?
Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
How'd you feel about that conversation?
I loved it.
But we need to prolong the intro a little bit less. Like we need to make it a little
Oh
bit
yeah, no,
faster.
I thought it was pretty good. Yeah, I saw that you wanted to go there,
Yeah.
but I thought like it would have been. Yeah, I thought it went good the way it was.
Oh, look at that! Somebody's triggered. I'll eat one chicken for every day. Y'all vegan says on TikTok. Oh,
Oh, no, we've
You
ne-
are so triggered by
We've
us.
never heard that
Oh,
before.
don't oppress animals. Oh, how bad is that?
It's so like
Yeah.
we're standing here fighting for the rights of animals, you know.
I'm gonna
Like-
violate the rights of one more animal because you are telling me that it's wrong to violate the rights of animals.
So we have a heart for animals. We don't even like we're not benefiting from this in any way, you know. It's like, yeah. And
Remember
it's-
to hit that like, everyone.
And then
Come on.
and then you're
Double
so
tap.
insecure about it that you're gonna go like, oh, I'm gonna eat, you know, more.
Food is food, yeah.
Food is
Humans are food, dogs are food. Every single living thing can be food. That doesn't
Yeah.
mean every single living thing should be food.
Dogs
right?
are definitely food in some countries.
Like you wouldn't say if a baby is cognitively impaired, they can never rationalize or have a good life because of their cognitive impairment, then we should kill them and eat them, right? No, we don't say that. We actually say, oh, you know what? We should take care of them. Every single time we find somebody who's
I guess we wouldn't have come anywhere in life if we just say X is X, you know?
yeah.
If we never look at
Guys wanna
the
try?
reasons why we do certain things or why we call a thing,
There's a lot of people here in front of Anne Frank's today.
like X is X.
Always looking for the emotional stuff. Not
I-
at all. The comparison is very valid. We're just trying to explain to you that we're all animals. We're all animals.
We just had that conversation about emotion and intellect, right? Rationality. And those boys, they said it exactly right. In fact, when we challenged them to use their intellectual or to use their critical thinking, they were completely unable to come up with even one reason. Yeah, well, they came up with one reason, right? Morality is more important. And then we told them, well, that's an arbitrary line. They got it. And then we could stop that part of the conversation and just talk about behavior change.
Hit that like, everyone. Come on. Double tap it.
Yes, do it, do it. Let's see if we have some critical thinking in the chat. The meek shall inherit the new earth. Oh, here we go with all the religion.
We also got the people on TikTok. Let's see. Double tap. Opie ide. What does that mean? What does ide mean?
Earth is flat.
Jesus Christ.
Right. I was just talking about critical thinking.
Guy with the glasses never touched a woman. Not without their consent, for sure. I only touch women with their consent.
This guy can't even spell woman. It's
Yeah.
women can never touch women.
Yeah,
It's
women. That's
yeah.
why you're vegan. We're both vegan.
What's up? You guys in Amsterdam? Yeah, we are. Greetings from Poland. Hey, hello, Poland. I went to Poland a couple of times.
What
Also
about
very
omnivore
nice.
species? Just wondering, do you all think they're wrong too? Yeah, but they just don't have the alternatives you do, right? The whole point of it is if you have an alternative and you're aware of the injustice that you're causing, then it's wrong for you to continue causing the injustice.
Yeah, an omnivore means you have a choice. It doesn't mean you must pick the choice where we have to enslave, breed, and cut the throats of animals.
JW9 says you're welcome back in Poland. Thank you, JW9. We will come to
Nice,
Poland again.
nice.
We love Poland.
Yeah.
This guy's playing 600 videos.
Hello.
You want to have a conversation with us?
Okay, sure.
Sure.
Nice.
But we are live on YouTube and TikTok. Are you okay with that?
I think so.
All right. Can you stand here a little bit so that you're in view?
Sure.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, yeah, yeah.
No. You're good. What's your name?
Chris,
I'm Chip. Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you.
Chris, I'm Lobo.
Switch.
Are you from the U.S.?
Yes.
I'm guessing. Okay.
Yes.
Where in the U.S. you're from?
Nebraska.
Nebraska.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
I've never
nice.
met anybody from Nebraska.
No,
Let's go.
I've never been to Nebraska.
Me neither. North Carolina.
Where is it? It's like it's kind of in the north somewhere, right?
Midwest.
Midwest.
Right in the
Alright.
middle.
Oh, nice, nice. So yeah, we were talking about injustices, or we are talking about injustices today, and we're standing in front of Anne Frank, and we were wondering, simple question, but maybe hard to get into. You know, consider that you grew up in Nazi Germany, or like the 30s, and you would have been like an ethnic German. Do you think you would have been a Nazi?
No.
No. So why not?
Because everyone around you would have been
Yeah.
part of
Let's
it.
say
right?
your mother and your father
They would
were
have
Nazis.
benefited from it. They,
You grew up that way, you know.
yeah, they
Yeah.
bought into the propaganda and all that.
Yeah, everybody around you becomes a Nazi. You think you wouldn't have become a Nazi, so why
I
not?
don't think I would have. I guess it's not the way I was raised.
Yeah, but like, you
And-
were raised that way, right? So in Nazi Germany, you were raised as a.
Yeah.
Everybody around you was doing it. It was normal.
Like,
What do
in
you
other
think?
words,
I don't
if you're
know.
raised with doing an injustice,
It's just so opposite of what I am that I can't even like think
Hard,
that
huh?
way.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
so I don't. Yeah, not the way I was raised.
Okay, so let's just go and like kind of dissect it a little bit, right? So you feel kind of from your, I would say from your gut feeling, you immediately want to say no, right?
Mm-hmm.
But can you recognize that maybe rationally, like if you grew up that way, etc., that you would have been at least, how do you say,
That's what you
sensitive
knew.
to it?
Yeah,
that-
that's what you knew. Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah. So what do you think would have separated you from the herd, so to speak? Like what would it have been during that time that you would have said no while everybody else said yes? Like, what is that?
Right and wrong.
Yeah, right. and wrong.
Morality.
Okay, all right. So where would where would that come from? You would see like what is happening to the Jews, and you would see it's wrong, right?
Uh-huh.
So why would you think that? Like what makes it wrong to oppress the Jews?
Yeah, no one should be mistreated. Everything should be acceptable.
All right.
You do you, and
So you
it's
don't
nobody
see,
else's business.
So can I summarize to say like you don't see a good reason to oppress one ethnic group
No.
just because they're a different ethnic group, right?
what if they're intellectually challenged?
That's who I work with. So
Yeah. So
yeah,
no,
no, they have rights.
they have rights. Yeah. Obviously, in Nazi Germany, they also didn't have rights, right?
Right.
Because they believed in eugenics and the
Yeah,
fact that
right.
we need to get rid of them. What if they can't walk, can't talk? You know, maybe they're born with. Have you heard of hydroencephaly?
Uh-huh.
It's where people born with half parts of their brain missing.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
they have a hard time living.
Yeah.
Right. What if they're in that situation? Should we oppress them? Like
No,
we could enslave them and use them, huh?
Yeah.
No, it would be wrong.
very wrong.
It would be wrong.
Yeah.
So what if they walk on 4 legs instead of 2?
4 legs instead of 2.
Yeah.
Well, no, we have to treat our animals right. Also,
All right. So what do you mean with treating them right? What do you think? Does
Should
that
we
mean
oppress them?
should we cut their throat?
no.
No. Okay. So is there a good reason to cut the throats of animals like en masse? You know, like we're doing today in farming?
There are a lot of that going on.
Yeah.
I hope
90
there-
billion land animals a year. Huh?
Yeah, I hope there's
Do
a
you think there's
balance.
Do you think there's a good reason to cut the throats of 90 billion land animals each year?
No,
That's a-
but I
for the camera.
I know we have
Yeah.
to be fed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't eat a whole lot of meat myself, so
Yeah. Yeah.
But can we eat something else?
I eat a lot of vegetables
Yeah.
and
So
plants.
let's imagine that one time per year you choose to consume an animal product. When you choose to do that, an innocent animal has to be oppressed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that that's a good choice?
The facial expression.
Yeah, it's hard
the
because
grimacing.
we have to feed our countries. We have to feed the world.
Yeah.
Well, actually, by choosing to consume animal products, we actually are feeding less people in the process. On top of harming animals, we're harming our society, we're harming our economy, we're harming the environment. It's all very bad, right? But we cannot possibly justify saying, "Well, I have to kill and eat you," right? Like, would you find it justifiable if I pull up a knife, just go ahead and kill somebody right now on the street and say,
No.
"Well, I have to eat something"?
No.
Why? Because I have an alternative, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So in a situation where I would need to do that, you would be like, oh, well, fuck it, she's got to survive.
Yeah.
But when there's an alternative, it's wrong to do so. So why don't we apply that to all animals?
Convincing billions of people.
Yeah.
But what about you?
So yeah, now you are faced with an injustice. In
Yeah.
2026, everybody thinks it's normal, but here is two guys who are saying like, hey, we're doing this to animals, and then we don't see a good reason for it. Do you now want to go and defend against us? Let's say like, no, we should do this because, I don't know, protein or something, which we've heard like a gazillion times before. I mean, what if we know as a matter of scientific fact that we can be healthy without animal-based products, right?
Yeah.
We have Novak Djokovic and Venus
Right,
Williams,
right.
and top athletes that are vegan, right?
Yeah.
Even Arnold Schwarzenegger is a vegan now, you know.
Yeah.
So these guys and science proves that we don't need animal-based products. So we're cutting the throats of 90 billion land animals, and we don't see any good reason to do that. So what do you want to do going forward?
Well, I know my personal choice is not meat products, so
Well,
Yeah.
dairy, eggs, all of them, right?
Yeah.
Like all these products exploit and kill
right,
animals.
right.
So, do you think that that means you should live vegan and no longer exploit animals?
If we could,
Could you do that?
Yeah.
I could do that easily.
Yeah.
Could all members of my family? No.
But does that mean that you should be vegan?
I think it's a better choice, especially for me.
Yeah. Do you think that
For you, what about the animals?
Yeah.
Is this a choice to make for you, or is it a choice to make for the animals? Like, why do people go vegan? Why do you think people go vegan?
Some because of animals,
Yeah.
some because of the health of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know have you ever heard that there's a definition for the word veganism actually?
Uh-uh.
So few words actually have such a clear definition. The word vegan was invented in 1944 by the UK a vegetarian society
Okay.
back then, UK society. And so the definition is, to paraphrase it a little bit, it's a stance against the exploitation of animals.
Okay.
Right?
I didn't know that.
So a bit like a feminist is against sexism,
Uh-huh.
a vegan, is against animal exploitation, basically.
Yeah.
What do you think? Should we be against animal exploitation?
I'd like to say yes.
Yeah. So do you think that also means that we have to change our behavior to reflect that? Or do we think we go like, yeah, I'm against, slapping women's asses. So, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna slap just one ass a week, or like maybe one a year. Or do you think we should then just stop and just really reflect our own values in our behavior?
Yeah. It would be great, but I just can't see it happening
Well, for you or for everybody in the world?
for everybody in the world.
All right, but where do you think change happens?
you only have responsibility for your
Yeah,
choices? by the way.
that's and my family is eating more non-meat products.
Yeah.
So I guess it starts with one or all. and
Right, it
we-
starts with one.
and we
So
go
we're
from
talking
there.
to you right now.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do moving forward?
support eating.
Yeah.
How many
veg-
more animals should be oppressed for you from now on?
She's not going to say
None.
None?
Oh.
Well, I
Are you-
would like none, but I just know that
So,
where we are in society.
Are you going to eat more animal products moving forward?
Oh no, I've already made that choice
Oh, okay.
for me.
All right.
So yeah,
So you're vegan then?
ish. Yeah.
Ish?
What
Yeah.
is you
Well-
seem a little bit like not clear
Well-
on what are you gonna do?
Breads and there's things like
Yeah.
I'm not. My main dish is always probably going to have some main vegetable in it. That's last night I had cauliflower
Alright, but
steak
like-
for dinner.
Sort of you had
I had cauliflower steak for dinner last night.
cutler?
Cauliflower.
Cauliflower.
Oh, cauliflower. Oh, great,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
But that's awesome, right? But did you have any animal products in the last week?
Probably, yeah, because
Yeah,
I had
yeah.
a roll and yeah.
Yeah. So are you going to have any animal products in the next year?
You have alternatives for
Yeah.
all of those, right? Like
Yeah.
you can buy vegan rolls, you can buy vegan croissants, everything. Maybe it's a little bit more difficult to
Yeah.
find one, right? Like say you don't
Definitely
find
in
it.
the Midwest, it's very difficult.
Oh yeah.
But the thing about it is, though, whatever difficulty we're having finding these products, we can first of all go without them.
Yeah.
And second, if we're really craving them, maybe it's worth trying to find
Yeah.
a good one, or maybe it's worth trying to make one, because the difficulty we have with all of this is not comparable to the difficulty they have.
Right.
The only reason why a cow makes milk is to feed their babies. Do you think they make babies when they want, or do you think farmers impregnate them?
Right. No, the farmers impregnate them. Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
rape the
Yeah.
farmers rape them.
Yeah.
Then they take away their babies. Do you know why they do that?
so the mom can keep on producing.
Well, so that we can take the milk, because
Yeah.
if the baby stays with the mother, they take
Yeah,
the milk.
right.
The male babies, they don't produce milk, so what do you think happens to them?
They get bred or grown to be meat products.
And the females, just like their mothers, repeated impregnation year over year. We know how bad a pregnancy is on a woman's body.
Yeah.
Well, these cows go through forceful, repeated impregnations year over year.
Yeah.
And after 6 years, no body absolutely was made to be this many times pregnant,
Yeah.
especially forcefully.
Kind of like the puppy
Their,
mills.
their
and-
body gives up. It's
Mhm.
kind of like the puppy mills, exactly. Their body gives up. They call them spent cows, and then they send them to slaughter.
Yeah.
They still try to impregnate them just because it's a procedure for them. Sometimes they succeed in impregnating them, and in the slaughterhouse they cut them open and they find the baby. It's all messy because, and all they do is just because they're not as intelligent as us. But that's not really a fair assessment to
Right.
treat somebody based on intelligence, right?
Right.
So if we buy a product, we're saying, do more of this so that I can have this product. Understand that?
Yeah, I do.
And you know
Yeah.
your responsibility in
Yeah,
the matter.
I like the messaging. Thank you.
Okay, let me give you a card before you go, okay?
Okay.
There's a speech. There's a thing here called the most important speech you'll ever hear. It's
Okay.
actually filmed in the U.S. I think you'll enjoy it.
Okay.
It's just a speech filmed at the university. And Challenge 22, they help you go vegan for free. So whatever concerns you have, they can help you out with it.
And
okay?
while you're here in Amsterdam, there's vegan restaurants all
Yes,
over the place.
I've spotted some. Thank
Yes,
you.
Great.
Vanessa, have a good one.
So what do you think?
It's hard to say. She just felt like the typical American politically correct person, rather than actually saying something of substance. But maybe she is indeed going to change. I don't know. It's hard to say.
Yeah, I was kind of pushing for a pretty black and white answer at some point because
Yeah.
I didn't feel like I could get like a statement out of her, you know?
You guys go to people in weird way.
Yeah. You guys go to people in weird way. Yes, we do.
hold the sign and the people come to us.
Weird,
and then
yeah.
we have conversation to them.
It's weird in the sense that probably nobody else is doing it right now.
Who is paying you? Nobody. Please pay me if you can.
Yeah.
I would gladly accept it. I
Hey,
don't have a job
give
anymore, so
him,
please
give
pay.
him some money.
Yes, send me
Yeah,
money.
I don't
I'll
need money.
gladly accept it.
Yeah.
Ludwig has a job. Fuck him. Pay me. Sorry.
Yeah, your job just stopped, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not because he was bad at his job, by the way.
No, because billionaires are fucking hoarding all the wealth, and instead of actually giving it even to organizations who do something good, they can't even do that.
Let me tell you about my friend Chip here. So Chip here, he wants to spend all of his time on animal rights. He's also a software engineer by trade, so he decided to work for a lot less pay just because he could then do software engineering for an organization that is for animal rights. And
Yeah.
that organization now just told him like, sorry, but we don't have enough money anymore. Which there's not a lot of money in animal rights, believe me. I mean, I know pretty much, like in the Netherlands, we have a group of like animal rights activists. There are just a couple of hundred of them. This issue is so fucking big, and but almost nobody comes up for the animals, or stands up because it's not about us. It's about animals. So why would you stand up for it?
Oh, see, there's a good question from somebody. How is the slaughter of farm animals different from gassing and poisoning insects and rodents? Well, it's fairly simple. One is done with the intent to protect crops, and one is done with seeing individuals as resources. There's a little bit of a different case scenario when you just completely ignore the individuality of somebody and say, I don't care what you want out of life, I'm going to bring you into existence, enslave you, and then murder you, versus stop eating my food. If you don't stop, I will kill you, right?
Yeah,
There's a
one
little
is
bit of a difference.
instrumental and the other is accidental.
And if you have a problem with what happens in crop production, which we also do,
Yeah.
I would urge you to say that the best thing you can do is still be vegan, because a lot of the crops we grow to feed the animals. So when you consume animal products, there's a lot more crops grown for that particular food. So for
Yep.
the same amount of calories, more crops are grown in the animal side than the plant side.
We would need less crops if everybody would go vegan.
Yeah.
That's very simple logic because animals, they eat crops as well.
And it's the same to be said about endangerment of bees or anything else.
But
It
we-
looks very unhealthy. Thank you. I do look very healthy. I'm just a little bit tired today. It's the weather has been a little bit of a dick, and last night there was absolutely no wind because the wind shifted from east to west to west to east, and it's going to be better tonight. That's just what it is.
Is that because of the wind?
Yeah, because there was no wind in my house, so it was like it felt super hot.
Right.
I slept naked. I sleep naked every day now, which I
Oh,
also
yeah.
don't like. I'm
Don't
sure
you have like a fan?
I have a fan, but it's noisy and I didn't want to turn it on, and I'm like,
I kind of like the white noise of a fan actually.
oh, I'm like, for me it's okay up to a point. Then I start hearing the pattern, and then I'm like, I hate
Oh,
the
yeah?
pattern. Yeah, I think I might be a bit autistic, so who knows.
Yeah, I sometimes have that as well. Like that you start hearing those patterns. I remember being in a train station in the Czech Republic, and these boards they were constantly rotating, and then they would announce all the new times of all the different trains, and it was just constantly repeating. And I really got into it in a funny way. Like I was sitting there, kind of meditating, and just really enjoying the sound of these boards rotating, and then ding dong, and they would start to say all the train times and so on. It was really funny actually.
For me, the train sounds really get me.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's nice as well. Yeah, I can sleep so well in trains as well. I love sleeper trains. I always sleep like a baby in trains.
Yes, me too. Like trains, they rock you a little bit back and forth. And
But the modern trains.
you wanna have a conversation with us? It's about animals. Are you okay being live on YouTube and TikTok?
Yeah, but I'm gonna fuck with you, you wouldn't believe.
You can fuck with us.
Yeah, it's not very for fun. What are you talking about?
Well, you'll see.
Animals.
You wanna come here so that you interview?
How did you figure that out?
Well, I
Yeah.
said it.
You said it.
Yeah. We spoke about injustices towards animals. How do you feel about injustices towards animals?
I am a devout fan or adherent of the philosophy of David Pearce. Do you know David Pearce?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know.
He's an animal rights activist, and he's a proponent of the hedonistic imperative. That basically means to expunge all the suffering, long-term projects, but all animal suffering and human suffering long-term. We're talking thousands of years.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
We love that. Yeah. Is
and
that
that is-
utilitarian?
Huh?
Is that utilitarian?
It is the absolute most extreme
I was gonna
exponent
say.
of
It
utilitarianism.
sounds
right.
the most
Yeah.
utilitarian
It sounds
thing I've
very
ever heard.
utilitarian.
Like literally taking at the genetic level, taking suffering out of the
Alright.
animal. Yeah.
But let me
I like
put an experiment out there. So there's no suffering for the animal. I have a nice little dog. I give them a good life.
Yeah.
I give them belly rubs, the best toys. But when they reach the age of 2 years old, I shoot them in the back of the head. They
Yeah.
die instantly, so they don't suffer. And then I use their body as a punching bag.
What is the question? Because
With
this
what I'm
question
doing
is
is
so
right or
complex.
wrong?
This is so complex. This question
Is
so
that wrong or
complex.
right to you?
Yeah.
To your moral philosophy?
This is very horrible. Yeah.
It's horrible. So it's bad. It's wrong what I'm doing.
We're talking specifically about dogs. That is offensive in so many ways. I can list you the ways, but I have to
Yeah.
analyze it.
So you would say it's wrong then?
I would find this personally offensive,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to pigs, because I have a soft spot for pigs.
Pigs also,
All
right?
right. So.
Oh my God, I like pigs so
But
much.
what if the person says like, yeah, but I've always been doing this, and it's a really good punching bag?
Yeah. I need to exercise.
What is?
I
what would you
have
say?
an answer that person would not like.
What's the answer?
Thumbs. I said, do you volunteer? Because I want to exercise my thumbs. You know those thumbs?
No.
No.
It's a particular punching technique,
All right.
Oh.
and it uses thumbs. And I want to exercise my thumb technique.
Okay.
I would have to shave down my nails because my nails would hurt.
Yeah.
But you can, it's a very effective way of punching. You hit from muscle groups, and I want to exercise my technique
Yeah.
on him.
What if
Oh,
we,
right.
What if we ate them afterwards? Would that be
What's-
okay?
sorry?
What if we ate them afterwards?
Is the guy delicious?
I mean, what if we ate the dog
No,
afterwards?
is the guy delicious?
The guy who kills them?
Because
Maybe.
the guy wants to
If you
eat
season-
the
if-
dog,
if you
the
season
guy,
it well,
the
yeah.
pig, and I'm interested in doing a Hannibal Lecter on the guy.
He could be, yeah. He could be delicious.
Does he volunteer?
Yeah.
Somehow you're quite intimidating because the answers you give are so aggressive, straight from the get-go. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you
So-
vegan?
Yeah, I said no. I'm not vegan now.
Wait, but you sound
because
like a vegan.
I'm a hypocritical asshole. I wish I was a vegetarian, and I wish I could level up to vegan, but I am fucking myself up constantly.
But what's keeping you from it? Because you sound like your values are right there.
You're
You
not
say
only fucking yourself up, by the way. I want to
Yeah.
say this. You're not only fucking yourself up, but you're also fucking up a bunch of animals.
I am aware of that. Let me think. What I've been eating the last. I don't think the last week I've eaten animal. No. I
Or animal
have
products.
eaten egg. So I have
Alright.
I have screwed with the asses of chickens. Yeah.
And the male chicks who are killed.
So-
for them
And
for
yeah,
those
that,
eggs.
like they really get the wood chipper.
So
yeah.
you're nearly there. Why,
I am-
not
I
just,
am
why not just go there and be,
Vectored
you
in the
know,
way. I've had this
be a
conversation with a
solid
girl.
motherfucker in your words, you know?
I am.
Like,
I am.
you seem
weak.
so badass. Like, why not go vegan?
Yeah.
I am.
You really do
You're
have
again an impetus in the right direction, and I am again, like,
Yeah.
guilty conscious affirming my wrong.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
hate.
the guilty consciousness is absolutely right. You know?
I hate the industry that does this, that perpetuates this. I
Yeah.
viciously hate them.
Yeah.
Can
Nice.
I interject a small story?
Of course, Jim, go ahead.
It's not directly related to the farming, to the meat thing, but it is about Sinterklaas.
Oh, right.
I was living in The Hague along it's Spui.
Maybe we should explain to the audience because they're not all Dutch what Sinterklaas is.
Yeah, well, I was living on Spui, that is in the center of The Hague.
I know it. Yeah.
And 2017, 18, something like that, there were farming protests, and they had the nice habit of depositing animal fecal material on the street
Yeah.
where I lived. Very horrible.
Yeah.
So I made some posts espousing my objections against that. And they pushed back rather aggressively. So I made a post, or a group on Facebook. Sorry, I did Facebook, but I quit. Sorry.
Sorry, I did Facebook. That's beautiful.
I quit. I long since quit.
Yeah, that's cool. Just to
I'm so
apologize
sorry.
for using.
Yeah, but I still, how fucking dumb was I? I did some Facebook. I made a group about Sinterklaas, which
Yeah.
is a Dutch stupid thing. How fucking shameful is that?
It's like Santa Claus, but it's a little bit
something
different.
about
Yeah.
slaves. It's about glorifying slavery.
Yeah.
And I was threatened with death.
Oh shit.
They were threatening me they would stick things up my ass. I'm trans, so they would come and stick things up my ass, they would rape me, they would kill me. And I was pushing back viciously, come over and, oh my God, how many orgasms am I gonna get? And Jesus fucking Christ, it's gonna be fucking awesome.
Sorry, you were-
I understand you quit Facebook though.
I went crazy. They kicked me on Facebook, by the way. I think they reported me like several thousand times.
Oh right.
Yeah, they kicked me on Facebook, and it
I
was
can imagine now.
it was over. But yeah, that was vicious.
Yeah.
And what was my point? Ever since I do not have warm feelings about the animal agricultural industry in the Netherlands. This is their culture. I think they've been shooting themselves in the foot for a few years.
But they've been doing bad. Like animal agriculture is bad everywhere. Like
Aside from that, they're also like.
yeah, the Netherlands they're a little bit worse. I'll give you that. But
No, it's everywhere. Like Jesus Christ.
But in
some
the
other
Netherlands, they're a
countries.
little bit worse because I saw there was an expose in the Netherlands where, for cows, they have to produce milk. We have to impregnate them.
Yeah,
they get them pregnant.
I'm aware that the
They
animals.
take away their babies, and the male babies, because they don't produce milk, they kill them normally.
Yeah.
Well, here in the Netherlands, because it's a very profit-driven country, the farmers, they
Yeah.
weren't killing them. They were just letting them starve to death.
Jesus.
It was cheaper.
Yeah.
It was cheaper, yeah.
Yeah,
you just
if
put
you
them in
can
a barn.
measure the neurological amount of damage, I wish I could objectify and measure that. But the thing is, those people don't even realize that it's a thing.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
They don't
we're-
give a shit.
Well, all we're asking
Yeah.
you is to not give them money, huh?
Yeah, we're not even asking
don't
you
give
to
them
become
money.
an animal rights
Just
activist.
don't
So
give them
where
money.
is this put online?
Right now we're on TikTok and YouTube.
You'll get a card after.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome.
You can look it
Yeah.
up.
Okay.
So
Anyone who knows me, no, nobody knows me, but anyone who sees me, remind me, stop fucking eating meat.
and animal
So
products.
All
animal
animal
products,
products.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, eggs, I'm gonna phase it out. Okay? Is that okay?
It depends on how many victims you want to create, huh?
Yeah.
Okay,
Do
I'm
you
gonna.
know what they
I'm
do
gonna.
with the male chicks in the egg industry?
I was already sorry. Oatly.
Oh,
I like the taste of Oatly.
Yeah, me
I
too.
don't drink milk.
Yeah.
Unless I'm a really poor
Cheese
month.
also, huh?
I'm really poor month and I have to put something in my coffee. Sometimes I have super
Oat milk.
4 months. I don't have money sometimes, so I have to put something in my coffee.
But it's,
Alright, so
the milk is
just
cheaper.
don't put
It's
anything
80
in your
cents if you
coffee.
go to Dirk. It's
Oatly?
Not
No,
Oatly,
Oatly is expensive.
like the brand, the store brand, the milk, like soy milk.
Lidl has a cheap one as
No,
well. Yeah, my
no, it's
dad
more
loves that.
expensive.
It's 80 cents. So on Dirk and Albert Heijn, it's 80 cents for the soy milk. If you buy the
Oh,
brand store.
I will keep that in mind. I was
Yeah.
thinking still that was more expensive.
No, yeah, it's like 2.5 if you buy the Oatly or all that stuff. But if you buy the store brand,
Yeah.
it's just as good, 80 cents.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
And also you can make your own oat milk. Super easy, by the way. It's just, you take oat and water. And
So you got me by the balls. I don't have any balls, but you got me by the balls. You now push me on the spot.
great.
Not you guys, because you guys I won't see ever again, but like a couple of million people. I don't know, like 500 or 12
I
people.
wish
couple of
million people.
thousand,
Just, yeah.
12 people will now
Yeah.
remind me stop eating the fucking meat,
Animal products, yeah.
animal products.
Yeah.
I'll do you one better. There's a thing
Go
here
vegan.
called the most important speech you'll ever hear. Can
Yeah.
you give that a watch?
Yeah,
And
like
then-
David Pierce. Remember David Pierce? David Pierce.
I'll look him up later.
I'll look him up.
He is God in this field.
He's
until
gone.
until you watch that, can you choose to not consume any animal products? Maybe you watch it tonight and you consume only plant-based until then. Can you do that?
I will go further. I will just not do it.
All right.
Okay.
I will
But
just
I
not
just
do
want
it.
you to watch the
I
video
will
to
just
learn
cut it
about
out.
the eggs and everything.
My roommate is like
You're
vegan.
already-
We
you're
got a
already-
new vegan here, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
my room's already vegan. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Vegan from now on. That's awesome.
Have a good
Yeah,
one.
have a good one.
Shall I raise you one?
Okay.
Sure.
I'll raise you one. I wrote an article, and I created an AI picture of that building over there.
Okay.
And I changed that building over there into the Aisha exhibit.
Aisha?
The Aisha exhibit.
What is that?
It's a completely imaginary exhibit
Okay.
of a girl that died in Gaza.
All right.
Oh, good
And
one.
it's literally a counterpoint to that building.
Ah, that's cool.
That's
So
a nice
there's
one.
an imaginary building called the Aisha exhibit over there.
Yeah.
It's an article. And they were so fucking pissed off.
Really?
Amsterdam.
That
yeah,
sounds
they
a
were like.
fucking good idea.
I,
Yeah,
don't,
yeah.
I think
We're
that
both
love
pro
that.
Gaza, by the
I
way.
love
bro.
that idea.
Yeah,
That would
I-
be so good if they
So,
actually
so
do
look it
right
up.
there.
Look it up on my website.
How's it called?
I made it's looked pretty
Where
good
can we find it?
on my website.
Yeah, how can we find your website?
Yeah, kaneasunzu.com. But yeah, it's like
Kanea Sunsu?
KHANNEASUNTZU.com.
All right.
And then search for Aisha exhibit. I think you'll be able to find it.
Okay.
I can you want me to show it?
No, let's.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
look it up later. But like, can you you wanted to one up it? That's great. But like, we're here for animal rights. Can you one up it by saying I'm gonna speak up about animal rights too?
I am going to write a solidly researched article about animal rights and the philosophy behind it.
Appreciate it.
Very
I,
awesome.
this week or
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the next few weeks. I just moved to the Jordaan.
And I love that it's grounded in philosophy also. Like you can use David Pierce and
Yeah,
the hedonistic
he's the
imperative,
guy.
right?
You know, he's the guy. I admire him immensely.
Yeah, yeah.
He's really consistent about this.
All right.
He should be your sensei.
I'll have a look for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like philosophy.
It's been my pleasure.
Yeah.
Same.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
You're welcome.
And have a great vegan life. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be proud of yourself. Huh?
Send
You're
me
standing
the
up.
positive energy because this is going to be difficult.
You should
know?
be really proud of yourself because this is a really awesome step, you know. And not too many people we meet here do this. So
Yeah.
many people we just get bullshit arguments. Plants feel pain, you know. Lions, what about lions? Where can I get my protein, you know? And you didn't give us
Yeah,
any
but
of these
I
kind of
have
crap.
like a philosophy behind it. I
Yeah,
have a
that helps.
trajectory. I have a route. I know like within 5-10 years we have the most beautiful T-bone steak that's indistinguishable from an animal T-bone steak just printed out. You know, it'll taste better than the real T-bone steak. That's like 10 years.
Yeah.
So animal meat is on the way out.
Yeah,
It is, yeah.
And it's
absolutely is.
over. There's no moral grounds to eat that stuff anymore. And like any year we keep doing that is
It's just
a
bad.
measurable amount of atrocity on par with, well, I don't dare say it, but it's
Well, there's been 100 billion people who have ever lived, and we kill 90 billion animals every year.
yeah. And that's higher fucking
And
neurology.
those are only the land animals.
Those are only the land
That's
animals.
complex neurology.
Yeah.
That's literally complex neurology. And these animals, they literally can learn faces, communicate, have expressed
100%.
communication. They're thinking creatures.
Exactly.
The fat men.
Yeah,
I am
fuck.
aware. I'm deeply aware of this.
You have the Cambridge and the New York Declaration on Animal Consciousness, where a whole bunch of neurologists and different types of scientists came together and just said, like, as a statement, you know, animals, they contain all the same neural substrates that
Yeah.
are required for consciousness.
That's exactly the core of
Therefore-
David Pearce's thinking.
Yeah.
exactly.
Therefore, we can conclude that animals are conscious.
Yeah.
And so they are moral patients, if not moral agents.
But I don't
And so
understand
we
that.
should include them in our circle of morality and
I,
treat.
about like
Not kill them
aside
for
from my
trivial
fucking
products, right?
rampant hypocrisy in this matter,
Well, you forget your hypocrisy, right? If
Why-
you're going vegan from now on,
farmers,
we can completely forget your
butchers,
hypocrisy.
why don't they give a shit?
I
How
think
can they just? I don't care.
it's a
Compartmentalization. right?
compartmentalization. I think farmers are just
Like
they
Mengele also did some
they
fucking
grew
nice.
up doing it, right?
Yeah.
And they're said no, they're different or something, right? They don't really see animals as individuals. Some of them do cry when they do this, but then they see it as, well, I'm feeding the people or something. They always make it
Yeah.
out. There's always something for them. And the people working in slaughterhouses are usually from marginalized communities. They don't have any other solutions. So in reality, that's also another thing to all of this is because farmers get barely shit money from this. They
Yeah,
barely,
that's horrible money.
they barely get any money.
And they get infections you wouldn't believe.
It's
they
all
die.
bad.
They
It's-
die prematurely.
Literally, people working in slaughterhouses, farmers, like all of this is rampant with animal abuse as well as human abuse. None of
Yeah.
that is good.
Yeah.
So we're all we're saying is don't pay for it. That's it.
I'm looking up a documentary. It's a documentary by, oh, here it is. It's a documentary by a vegan, well-known vegan,
Yeah.
animal rights activist called Humane Hancock.
Yeah.
His father is a slaughterhouse worker.
Yeah.
And he tried to really get to the bottom of, like, how is it possible that his dad does these things?
Yeah.
It's a really beautiful documentary, really well done. It's called The Dying Trade.
Yeah.
So look that up, The Dying Trade.
That irony
And,
is my boss. My boss. I worked a long time ago, a while ago. I worked for a guy, and he's like also in the same movement as David Pearce. Philippe van Nedervelde. And he was like vegan to the core, and he always. Now he didn't really push me, but he's always saying I'm vegan and it's healthier and this and that. And
Yeah.
I had so many examples.
But anyway, I wanted to just tell you, like,
Yeah.
if you really want to understand
Yeah.
how is it possible for these people to do this, then look up that documentary because it's super interesting. Not only, indeed, it is compartmentalization, but it is also very traumatizing to a lot of slaughterhouse workers. And the extent of it is, it's really quite shocking, actually. So
Yeah.
just look that up.
Yeah.
Have a look. Well, have a nice vegan life, right?
Yeah.
It was super cool talking to you.
Send me positive energy. We're gonna need it.
Yeah, I'm proud of you.
Bye.
Yep,
Have a good
bye-bye.
one. Cheers. Hey Renee, thank you so much for the gift. Hello everyone on TikTok. I hope you double tap that screen like there's no tomorrow. And people on YouTube also double tap that screen like there's no tomorrow. How did you feel about that conversation?
I felt great about it. In the beginning, I was a little bit intimidated
Yeah.
because the answers were very aggressive, and I think I will just say they had a pit bull,
They,
right?
yeah.
And I'm a little bit scared of pit bulls, so I was like, but you know, the pit bull actually seemed very friendly, and in fact, she seemed, or they seemed very friendly. Hey.
Got a vegan person over here.
How's life?
What's up, vegan person?
How are you?
This is Esther, our friend, actually.
They might know me.
We all went swimming last week. What was it last week? I forgot. Only
Goes
last week,
fast,
huh?
Yeah.
How's it going?
It's going good. We had a good conversation now.
Just talked to a trans person.
I saw
And,
actually. Yeah, she was wild.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, as I said, like in the beginning, I was a bit intimidated. But in the end, I'll just say she. I don't know. I didn't ask for pronouns, so she went vegan. And I totally believed it. Also, I think she actually goes vegan because that is the thing. Also, her like that is kind of what we were looking at today. Also, is like we were asking people, you know, in times of fascism, would you have been a fascist?
Yeah,
And
especially here, right?
Yeah.
yeah, so, but the thing is, like,
With her, it
What?
started differently though. And I'm kind of glad that
Yeah,
we
but
did,
she-
because she would have gone down the Gaza route, and we would
But
have
she
spoken a lot
quickly
about
came to
that.
the point that she said, like, I have a moral philosophy grounded in this David Beers
Yeah.
hedonistic imperative.
Yeah.
And that, I think, is the antidote to that. Like, if, you know, you would have lived in these fascist times. I think if you don't have something like a moral philosophy or some type of first principle thinking, it would have been very hard to get out of it, because everybody would have just gone down that path.
Yeah, you can lose yourself.
Renee, oh my God, thank you. Can we get some W's in the chat for Renee? This is your daily vegan Illuminati
All
payment, so no
right.
people will be forced to no longer exploit animal. Muhaha. Yeah, everyone, get some W's in the chat for Renee.
Thank you, Renee.
Yeah, Renee is awesome. Thank you, Renee. Oh
I'm
my
actually
God.
gonna head on out.
I'm sorry. Are you gonna go home?
No, I just came from home. I'm gonna go get a new passport, actually.
Nice. Like a different country now.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah. Esther is likes to get fake passports. So
Which country is it going to be this time?
Yeah, I don't know. Which country is the most vegan friendly?
I would go with somewhere from Africa.
Bhutan?
Yeah, Bhutan.
Okay, sure.
But you have an Indian boyfriend now. Maybe you should get an Indian passport, huh? The land of ahimsa.
He's actually watching.
Is he? Yeah, nice.
Hello.
Hello. What's his name?
Tamim, right?
Tamim.
Yeah,
Tamim.
Yeah.
Hey, Tamim.
He'll love this.
Hello, Tamim. Hey.
Yeah. Are you doing anything after? I was wondering, since you're so close by.
Well, I have pigeon food. I'm gonna go feed pigeons. I've made it my dedication that every day I go and feed pigeons. So maybe after the stream I go and feed pigeons.
You'll be around?
I'm gonna go for a massage. I'm totally up for it. Yeah,
Okay, I'll join you.
my body has been craving a massage. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that. Yeah.
So you would rather have somebody touch you rather than you feed some pigeons. I got you. It's
I don't
okay.
even.
I'm gonna go. Bye. Good luck
Yeah,
today.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Tamim.
So Tamim, let's talk. No, I'm kidding. Let's get closer to the phone though. I want to get some more big broccoli payments. Thank you so much. By the way, I'm eating chicken tonight. Maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you shouldn't exploit innocent animals. And the only reason why you're eating chicken and not something else is because you grew up thinking that that's okay to do so. That's just literally you showing that you don't think for yourself. Why was she honking like that?
I don't know, but that's super annoying.
Yeah.
She's driving in this street as if she owns it or something.
Yeah.
But of course, people are bicycling here, you know.
Yeah, you can barely fit a car, let alone a car and a
Yeah.
bike.
These roads, the cars are actually the guests, you know.
Yeah.
So really, you shouldn't be honking at bicyclists.
So,
Embarrassing.
so if you're going to come to a vegan stream, people on TikTok or YouTube, and you're going to be saying something like, I'm going to be eating ... tonight, you're just going to be proving exactly the point that we are trying to prove. That you might just think like an NPC. You have no reason. Would you say, I'm going to be eating a dog tonight? No. You just say you eat the animals that you are taught to exploit.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to have a conversation? How old are you?
Yes, I'm 21.
21. You're good. Are you okay being live on TikTok and
I am,
YouTube?
yeah.
Okay,
That
okay.
he asks you how old are you is a compliment. You can't talk to anybody younger than 18.
Yeah, you want to come here, stay tuned with you? Nice. What's your name?
Angelina,
Angelina, I'm Chip. Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm Lobo.
Angelina, nice to
Nice to
meet
meet you. Where are you from?
you. Vienna.
Oh, nice. I like Prater. You know Prater?
Yeah, I know.
I liked it very much when I was.
Is that like the park?
Yeah, it's like a theme
yeah.
park.
Yeah, I've been to
But it's
that
like
one,
a permanent theme park.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's not always, not everything is always open though.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah.
I just
Yeah,
like
it is
Vienna. Vienna's a really good place
Yeah,
to live.
Vienna is a nice
It is
place.
very
Yeah,
beautiful,
very
yeah.
progressive city.
Yeah.
So you wanna try the injustice route again?
Yeah,
I wanna
let's
try
do
it.
that.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Okay, so we were talking about injustices, right?
Okay.
So first question would be like, consider that you grew up in Nazi times, like the 30s,
Okay.
yeah. And you know your family was a Nazi, were Nazis, and everybody around you were Nazis. Would you have been a Nazi?
Like with my thinking like right now,
No, like
Like-
you grew up in those times. So you would have been, they would have subjected you to all the propaganda and all the brainwash that everybody was subjected to right back then. You would have been physically the same person,
Okay.
but you would have grown up in Nazi times.
Okay.
Would you have been a Nazi? What do you think?
I mean, I only know because what I think now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think so, to be honest, because I mean, also in Vienna you always have like the more right people, the more left people, you know,
Yeah.
like these things. And of course I do know some people who are very right. And I also kind of grew up, I don't want to say my family, of course, but I kind of grew up with kind of sometimes right thinking, and I'm still very left. So I don't think of all of that. So
All right. So you identify as kind of, you've already found that you're following your own path more
Yeah,
than
I
what
do.
is
Yeah.
your surroundings.
I mean, of course, you kind of always have like your views from your parents. You kind of always get them.
Yeah.
But I believe as soon as you have your own mind, then you should do that. What I have my own mind. My
Alright,
parents
right.
think their things. My siblings think their things, and I have my own mind for that.
Okay, so so considering that you have your own mind, I think that's pretty much the antidote to
Yeah.
just going with what everybody else says, right? What would your own mind have said during Nazi times?
Wow.
What like, let's say you're reflecting on this right now. What during, it's 1939, you see what's happening to the Jews. What
well,
does your mind say?
To be
This
honest,
free mind of yours.
I'm a person. I'm like you do you. So I don't.
All right. Would you have thought that, okay, they're kind of oppressing the Jews
No.
there, and you would say,
Of
oh, you
course.
do you?
No, not like that. But as a for like, because they had problems with the Jews. I'm like, they don't do anything wrong. They
Right.
don't do
No.
anything like.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be like, yeah, let's keep. I don't know how to say it.
You don't
English
see
right
any
now.
good reason to suppress them
Yes.
or to oppress them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you think
so,
oppression is bad?
What do you mean oppression?
Is oppression bad? Like oppression means cruel and unjust treatment.
Oh,
of a group?
yeah.
Yeah.
I-
Well, it can also apply to an individual, not necessarily just a group.
Oh, yeah,
but like,
that's true.
okay, like, do you think that if we choose to oppress somebody because they belong to a different group, like it happened to Jewish people, is that bad?
Of course, yes.
Yeah.
I don't see any reason for that. I also because, I mean, right now it's very popular because of the Pride.
Yeah.
So I know very many people are against everything Pride related because it's wrong and everything.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Completely different from that. Because I'm like, I don't care what they do, like in their bedroom kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
So why would I suppress them?
Right.
For me, it's
They're
like
not hurting anybody, right?
as long as you don't hurt anybody, I don't care what you do.
Yeah, yeah.
What if I told you that when you buy this little thing on the let's say from the hair, right? Like this thing that you put in your
Yes.
hair. Yeah, this one. What if I told you that when you buy that, you're paying against LGBTQ rights? Would you choose
Like
to
from
buy?
the company?
Yeah. Would you choose
Yeah.
to buy
It's a
another one?
hypothetical.
No, I wouldn't.
Would you buy this one or would you buy another
I
one?
wouldn't buy a different one.
You'd buy a
If I
different
know
one. Yeah.
it's like openly against that,
Yeah.
then I don't buy it.
And
Because I'm an
so-
ally from these things specifically. So if I know, okay, for example, this thing, it's company A, company B, company A is against everything I stand for, then I wouldn't buy it from company A.
I love that.
All right.
Love
So,
that.
so it's safe to say then, if we confront you with an injustice, a massive injustice that is happening in 2026, that you might be part of,
Okay?
that you would apply this independent thinking of your own and actually change your ways, right? Just like you said, like
Yeah.
I wouldn't pay for that if I would know that it's against
Yeah.
LGBTQ rights.
Yeah.
All right.
So, do you think that, for example, if the injustice is done to people who are intellectually challenged, who are not as intelligent, do you think it matters? Like, do you think it matters if the individual who the injustice is done towards do not realize that there's an injustice done towards them?
No, to be honest, because, for example, this group, if they don't know it, but it's still happening, so then we as people who does know it should like kind of protect them.
Exactly.
Kind of like with kids.
yeah.
You know, kids don't know if something is wrong. For example, I don't know, posting children on the internet. It's wrong. I hate that because there are so many sick people on this world. So
Yeah.
I don't think.
Yeah,
as
we shouldn't do it
kids.
to
You don't
kids.
know that, but as an adult, you of course you know that because you see the ugliness in the world. But you know it's not always that ugly, but it's kind of
Perfect example.
What about the animals? Like, do you think we should do this to animals? Should we oppress animals?
no. But yeah, I'm not vegan. I'm not vegetarian, so I don't want to say anything that. But like, of course, you like how do you say in English?
But do you think in you choosing to be not vegan or not vegetarian, which is a choice that you're making every single time, every single day, do you think in that choice of yours you are oppressing animals by doing so?
In some kind, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not, of course, it's not like in a good way, but if I buy something, of course, I choose to buy the better option of that.
But
so not
what-
like the mass.
Because when it came to this little thing on your hair, right? You have all of these things. You have 5 options,
Yeah, of
and
course.
4 of them are kind of like shitty towards LGBTQ people.
Yeah, yeah.
Sure, but one is obviously worse than the other 3, and so on. And it's just like a scale. And on the right side, you got somebody
Yeah,
who's relatively decent towards LGBTQ people, but they still sometimes oppress them. And then you have this other option that doesn't oppress them at all, but
I
it's
know
made of a
what you
different
mean.
material,
I know it's
right?
kind of hyper.
Yeah, because like you always have an option not to oppress an animal, so why
I
not
know.
choose that?
I don't want to say because I don't want to, but like, I choose what I don't know how
Are
to
you
say.
going to now make excuses for why you buy these products?
No.
Or can you distance yourself a little bit and say, okay, going forward, I've been made aware
I
that
don't
maybe
eat that
when
much
I choose,
meat to begin with. To
yeah,
be
but that is
honest.
still the same thing. It's like, oh, I don't suppress so many slaves. I don't slap so
Yeah.
many women's asses. You know,
Yeah.
it's like an injustice is an injustice. It doesn't
Even
matter.
done
like,
once.
Even if I
I know
kill
what you-
one,
I
like
know what you mean, yeah.
I've not eaten meat in 26 years. I can't go and just kill a swan here. That's just because I see a swan. I'm like, oh, I've not eaten meat in 26 years. I'm much better than all these people here who eat meat every fucking day. So let me just kill this swan, and then my hands are clean.
I know.
It doesn't work that way.
I hate to disrupt here, but we are a little bit stressed now. I didn't think it would take this long. I'm so sorry.
Sure.
But we have to go to.
Let me give you a card. The most
Thank
important
you.
speech you'll ever hear. Can you watch that?
Okay, I can do that.
Until you watch it, can you choose to not consume any animal products?
I can try, but
You can try.
yeah.
Well,
It's very easy here. In
it's
Amsterdam.
very easy, right?
I know it is.
You
It's
make the
also very
choices
easy
for
in
yourself.
Vienna.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
Okay. Well, then I hope,
Alright.
and this is gonna sound harsh, but it is what I hope of people. I hope life treats you how you treat other animals. So going
yeah.
forward, I hope you treat them nicely.
I know what you mean. Okay,
Okay,
thank you. Thank
have
you
a
so
good
much.
one.
Have a great day.
Bye bye. It takes a bit more time, but I do think it gives us very good conversation so far.
The problem is that it takes too much time to get into it, and you see some people then have to leave.
I don't know if it takes too much time. Like, I'd rather spend a little bit more time and have a productive conversation than have like a shouting match.
Hold this for a second.
I'm pretty sure that some people would get into a shouting match with us just if we would get right out of the gate with veganism. And of course, there needs to be some type of there's a sweet spot, how much preamble do you need before you can get into the conversation. But yeah, I think this isn't too much.
Can I try it? Can I try to start it once?
Yeah, go ahead. So you decide on how quick.
I'm trying to see if I start it a little bit quicker. I'm trying to
Yeah,
see
yeah.
if that.
So the same script,
results.
but
Yeah.
quicker, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, let's just give it a shot. Yeah.
I'm curious if that.
You'll notice that you'll never be surprised to find out somebody is vegan because veganism is the closest thing they have to a personality trait, and they can't help but interject it. Oh
No,
my
not at
God.
all. I'm very much into science. If you're curious about my personality, I'm very much into science. Lodewijk and I, when we meet, sure, sometimes we talk about animal rights, but we talk a lot about other things like consciousness, like how
Machine
does
learning.
consciousness emerge, machine learning, math.
Yeah.
Well, we're kind of nerdish that way.
Physics,
so
yeah.
physics.
Metaphysics we've talked about a lot. As well.
Yeah, it's not like our personalities aren't defined by this. You just see this one part of us because we fight for the rights of animals, and this is what we dedicate this time towards.
Oh, yeah,
but
sure.
yeah, we have a personality in different ways. But I hope you understand. I hope you claim you're intellectually superior to other animals. I hope you use that intellectual superiority that you claim you have. I hope you use that capacity to understand that people are more complex, individuals are more complex than you make them out to be, and so are other animals, and you shouldn't be exploiting them simply because somebody told you to do so, because there's no other reason. You just were taught that it's okay to do this to the animals. It's a NPC behavior.
Yeah, I want to say two things about this. First of all, I don't consider being vegan a personality trait. I consider, standing up for justice, standing up for rights. I consider those personality traits. Also aligning my actions with my morals. I consider that a personality trait. Being consistent is a personality trait. And I've always had that. So, in that way, I'm kind of primed for veganism, but I'm also primed for feminism and all kinds of other. I mean, I have a boat and I fly the LGBTQ flag on it, even though I'm personally cisgender and hetero. So I have some gay friends, but like, I don't fly it particularly for them. I just think it's nice. People can do what the hell they want, and we should respect that.
As long as there's consent, no problem there. Yeah.
That is the personality trait that I have, and that is why I'm vegan. So the second thing is like, people talk like vegans talking about veganism. So the reason why non-vegans dislike it so much is because it confronts them with something very nasty that is happening that very often triggers guilt responses in them. And that is why so many non-vegans kind of fight back and go and try and shoot the messenger. And it actually shuts up a lot of vegans. Like I know a lot of vegans who are actually kind of scared to talk about veganism because there's so much backlash even if you just start to talk about it. So most vegans actually, you wouldn't even know that they are vegans because they really don't want to talk about it because it creates so much cognitive dissonance in people. And I feel quite the opposite. I feel like we should talk about it because it's so normalized to mistreat animals on this planet. And I feel that's a gross injustice that needs to be addressed. So I'm a very vocal vegan, not because I want to like say, hey, look how great I am and how sucky everybody else is. No, it's because I actually care about this injustice, which is my personality trait.
Same.
And I actually feel very good about myself standing up for animal rights. Like this is one thing that is very deep, close to my heart. And then when I reflect on my life, which I very often do because I spend a lot of time meditating as well, I'm proud of myself, because I'm standing up for animal rights. I'm doing something. It may not be a big dent in the universe, but I'm trying to do my best to stand up for a gross injustice happening. And it feels very good. So I don't fucking care how many non-vegans tell me to shut up. I'm not gonna shut up about it because it's happening still, this injustice. 90 billion land animals a year.
Also, why would you tell somebody who's fighting for somebody else's rights to shut up? Maybe because they trigger you somehow, maybe because you're the one who we're fighting against, maybe because when we fight for animal rights, you're actually the oppressor and you're the one who's against animals' rights.
Yeah, go and have a look at male chicks being ground up alive, Go and spend an hour looking at that, just non-stop male chicks being ground up alive, which is the reality of the business. And then tell me after an hour of watching that you still want to consume eggs. It just doesn't work that way. If you see an injustice, you want to stop it. It's just that most people don't see it. And most people don't even want to see it because it looks very, very ugly, actually.
And just to be clear, by the way, for all the people who, again, keep mentioning about how they like cooking and what they like putting in their mouth, you can put whatever you want in your mouth. This isn't a stream about where we discuss what we put in our mouths. Far be it from me to judge it. As long as you get consent, you can put anybody's body part you want in your mouth. We're just telling you, since you cannot get consent from animals, do not put their body parts in your mouth. And since you cannot get consent from them and they would fight it, doesn't mean that you need to kill them so that you can put their body parts in your mouth. Maybe just leave them alone and, put plants in your mouth if that's what you're going for, since plants are not individuals or sentient beings. So just, it's not about what you put in your mouth. Think with your brain, not your stomach.
Yeah, and we're also not being unreasonable, just saying like, don't put this in your mouth. No, we're saying like, here's all the alternatives. Right?
Yep.
I mean, it's not like it's impossible for people to be vegan. In fact, it's very easy to be vegan in 2026. So it's not just, we're not only complaining about what's happening to animals, we're also giving you a perfectly viable alternative. And if you say like, oh, but I don't like vegan food, well, first of all, you've not properly sampled vegan food yet because there's so much amazing vegan food.
Yep.
I am still discovering so much amazing food after 6 years, you know.
We were just discussing, Lodewijk and I, we were just discussing that vegan ice cream tastes
Oh, yeah.
monumentally better than regular ice cream.
Yeah, this
And it's-
amazing vegan ice cream.
Oh, it's so, like, I didn't like ice cream before being vegan, and now as a vegan, I'm like, I didn't realize ice cream can actually be really good, huh?
Yep. Yeah, so you really don't know about vegan food. You can't also say like, oh, I've been to the gym once, I didn't like it, you know. No, you don't know. You know, you have to properly dive into it to understand what it is, you know. And then anybody eating vegan for, let's say, a month and like trying different restaurants, trying different recipes, will find out you can have amazing taste pleasures as a vegan.
Yep.
So really, this is not about us depriving you of your taste pleasure. It's just us saying like, you can have taste pleasure, you can have health, you can have happiness, you can have your friends, you can have your freedom, you can have all those things. Just go vegan and don't oppress animals. That's all that we're saying. It's not like it's a big ego thing. No, it's quite the opposite.
And you don't have to identify with the word vegan or the label, with the community, with anything like that. This isn't you being part of a certain community. I don't care about you. I don't know who you are. This is about fighting for the rights of animals. So we're telling you, don't violate the rights of animals. When we say be vegan, we're saying don't violate the rights of animals. That's what it means. We're not telling you be in a certain way. We're not telling you change your identity or identify as such or be this person. No, I'm just telling you, don't be an oppressor towards the animals. And not because your identity is that of an oppressor. I couldn't give two shits about your identity. It's because the animals don't deserve to be oppressed. They deserve to be living their life without some form of oppression.
Yeah, this identity business is always such a misnomer, right?
Yeah.
Vegans suppress animals with pesticides, killing millions of animals didn't we already? I mean,
Yeah,
we've
we
already
tackled the
crop
death
death
argument, but
again.
we can tackle
Let's
it again
rewind.
for people who are new in the chat. So just to be clear, if you're concerned about crop deaths, could you try my 3 animal questions to the next non-vegan? I don't remember what they were, fella.
Could you try my 3 animal questions to next non-vegan? Do you know what he means?
No,
or
I don't
he,
remember
she,
what they
hit,
were.
it,
Feel
they?
like I don't remember what they are. So just
Okay.
to respond to the crop deaths argument, obviously a lot of animals die in crop production, but there's a difference between killing somebody, intentionally bringing somebody into existence, using them and then killing them because you don't consider their individuality, and killing somebody because they're trying to take your food away. That's one. Number 2, if you're concerned with crop deaths, we build a lot more crops to feed to the animals. So whenever you're eating the same amount of calories from animal products, you're in fact producing a lot more crops than from plant products. So that means a lot more crop deaths.
So if you care about crop deaths, you should go
Yeah,
vegan.
and third, all this crop deaths is just an argument you heard somewhere, and it's only making you look stupider, because in reality, this is just something like it's something you heard that you actually never looked into it and never researched it. Because if you did some form of research, you would realize that a lot of the times animals aren't actually killed; they're displaced. A lot of the times animals are just they run away when they hear like the killing machine or something like that. So it's just bullshit, you know. It's just bullshit argument that you heard on a show or on what do you call it, Joe Rogan thing, and you believed it because you know you're gullible enough to believe whatever somebody tells you online instead of actually doing your own research. But you know, that's just yet again NPC behavior, and we're asking you to not be NPC. If you think you cannot not be an NPC, if the only way for you to exist is to be an NPC, then maybe you cannot be a vegan, right? Maybe you're just not, you don't have that intellect that's good enough for you to think for yourself. But I still think you should not oppress animals even in that situation. You know, like this person Trisman, who cannot stop thinking without his stomach. Like all he thinks about is whatever goes into his stomach, whatever he puts in his mouth, and he's obsessed with putting pigs' bodies in his mouth. I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. I would not put other individuals' body parts in my mouth. My body personally is like a temple to me. I choose to respect it, and in doing so, I'm not gonna put another one's body part in my mouth. But you know, it seems like you have no problem killing somebody so that you can put their body part in your mouth. Says a lot about you.
Somebody is shouting out, do you agree with women getting abortions? So I don't really want to answer that question.
I can
I've
answer
seen
that question, no problem whatsoever. First of all, abortion is a forceful termination of pregnancy. So if you have a problem with sorry, not even a forceful, it's a termination of pregnancy. So do I have a problem with abortions? Yes, I don't think abortions should exist. I think it's a bad thing that abortions exist. But that doesn't mean that a woman should not have the choice to terminate a pregnancy. It is her body, after all. And you could say, well, it involves somebody else's body. Well, no. If I was suited to somebody else and their existence tied to my existence, I should say, I don't want this person suited to me. It's as simple as that. It's about body autonomy. My body autonomy means I don't want to continue. And by the way, after sentience, I would agree that there is some position that where you could make that it's wrong, but before sentience, which is where 95% of abortions happen, there isn't an individual there. There's just one thing that is concerned, and that is the body autonomy of the woman or the individual who's pregnant. And when it comes to the body autonomy of that individual, we should respect it. After sentience, I think, as we all know, they do it with a board of ethics in hospitals, and they only do it in case of an emergency. And I'm assuming every single rational person out there would say that if it's an emergency, we wouldn't want to force a woman to be pregnant, even at the detriment of their own health. There you go.
All right. Yeah, I agree mostly with what you said, but I was gonna say I don't really want to talk about it because it has nothing to do with animal rights.
Nothing to do with animal rights.
So
it's just like a test for consistency. And
Yeah,
let's
it's
imagine that
like-
hypothetically speaking, I wasn't
it's
consistent.
not even a test for consistency.
It is, because it's the whole idea of pointing the finger at the vegan and saying, see, you're a hypocrite. But we're not, because we're against the exploitation of sentient beings.
That is true.
And as I just explained to you, after sentience, it is wrong, unless in certain situations. And just like we say, in certain situations,
Yeah.
you can justify violence towards a sentient being. For example, if somebody's attacking me, it is justifiable to do so. Or if I have to survive, in order to survive, I have to kill somebody, it's justifiable to do so. But what we're saying, when there's no necessity for it, it's wrong to do so. And also, let's imagine that hypothetically speaking, I would be a hypocrite. My values wouldn't be aligned. I would be totally inconsistent with it. Even if I were doing that, that wouldn't make the argument for veganism any less bad, because that would be an appeal to hypocrisy, which is a logical fallacy where you point a finger at somebody and say, you're a hypocrite, therefore everything you're saying is false. Like, for example, if a person says that the earth is not flat, but they're a hypocrite for some other reason, that doesn't mean that the earth is all of a sudden flat, does it?
I do think that some people think that there is sentience there and therefore they are against abortion because they consider abortion murder, right? And if that is truly the case, let's say that we find out...
Religious nut jobs.
Well, but let's say that it's truly the case and you believe that there is sentience there and it is actually there, then yeah, you're right. Then it is murder and we shouldn't be doing it. But yeah, I think that is where the point of contention, whether there is sentience there. But I think that you can be on either side of the case. Like, as long as, like, if you make sentience kind of the litmus test for whether we should be pro or against abortion,
Yeah.
then you can still be on either side of the case, because you could say, well, there is sentience there, therefore I'm against abortion, or you could say I don't think there is sentience there, so therefore I'm not against abortion. So I do think it's somewhat orthogonal and actually kind of a distraction also. Like, you can be religious, you can be left, you can be right. You can be, you can be even in the manosphere and be a vegan. It doesn't, like, I'm not suggesting that, but
No.
like, ultimately you can, yeah,
You can respect the rights of animals and still hold
Yeah.
other shitty views.
you can be a total religious nut jobs and still respect the rights of animals.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we meet many of those actually.
Yeah.
I'm happy. Like, I'm not gonna fight with them about you should be atheist. As long as they respect the rights of animals and other human beings, I don't give a shit what you believe.
Yeah, I also don't care what you believe. You can believe
Yeah,
in
the
flying
spaghetti monster. Yeah, just believe it.
Whatever you
I
want to
don't give a
believe in.
shit.
Santa Claus, whatever
Yeah.
it is,
As long as you're not gonna.
violate the rights of others.
That's it.
That's all good.
Yeah. Problematic though that most religions somehow insist on violating the rights of others.
Yeah.
Hey, hello. You want to have a conversation?
That's how old they are.
Either. I'm gonna say that they're 18, 19.
Yeah. Look,
Give it a
yeah.
guess.
How old are you?
18.
You're good.
That's
Are
what
you
we
gaming
guessed.
live on YouTube and TikTok?
Second 18-year-old we talked today.
You wanna come here, stretch your view? Nice. What's your name?
Salo,
Salo, I'm Chip. Nice to meet you.
Nice
Where are
to
you
meet
from,
you.
Salo?
Mexico.
Mexico. What brings you to Amsterdam? Do you live here or?
No, for a trip with my friends.
Okay, okay. Salo, we're here to speak about injustice. We're in front of Anne Frank. We know you know what happened to Anne Frank, right? There was
Yeah.
a huge injustice being done to her.
Yeah,
Do you think that Nazi people were doing an injustice towards Jewish people?
yes.
Yeah. Do you think if you were born during Nazi times in the 1930s, would you have stood up against it, or would you have been the one who participated in it?
I would stood up against it
You would have stood up
Yeah.
against it. Okay. Why do you think that of yourself?
because I'm a person who doesn't like injustice and would like to stand up against the bad people.
Yeah, but like there was a lot of propaganda done
Yeah.
that way, right? Like for example, the injustices were saying not only that they were diminishing the victim by saying Jewish people aren't like us, they are part of the problem. They are making society worse. They were also saying stuff like it's okay because we're making our economy better, and they were also benefiting from it. So do you think in the case of an injustice, if we benefit from it, and if we diminish the victim, does that make it okay? Does that make the injustice?
No,
Sorry, you got a wasp.
it's not okay because I know he brainwashed all the people in Europe. all
Yeah.
Europe.
Yeah. But you would not have been brainwashed, you say. How do you know that? How do you identify an injustice?
The thing is, I'm a Jew.
You are a Jew.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a hard question.
Let's put it another
Yeah,
way.
it's
then.
hard to imagine.
Let's put it in a different way, because not only Jewish people were.
Yeah.
There was the injustice was also
That's-
done. For example, they
That's
believed
slavery
in.
times.
Yeah, no, well, no, it's fine. The 30s, the injustice was done also because they believed in eugenics, and the injustice was done towards intellectually challenged human beings. You know, the ones who weren't intelligent enough. Do you think that? And their logic wasn't like they believed in eugenics. They said, you know what? If this person is intellectually challenged and we kill them, then we no longer have intellectually challenged people in our society. So their motivation was like good to some extent. They were thinking of like we don't want people to suffer anymore. Would you say that then we should still do that? We should kill intellectually challenged human beings?
No, I don't think so. I think maybe I will be brainwashed, but I think the propaganda, o sea, I don't know how to explain it. He put up his things he wanted to say. He talked very good and he knew how to brainwash all the people. And
Yeah.
I think with my reason of thinking, I could have stand up and helped some people.
What if you found
Alright.
out today that you're being brainwashed about something, about some injustice? What would you do?
I don't know. I have to be what I'm brainwashed. What the
Can we do an
reason-
injustice towards animals, for example? Like, could we be unjust towards dogs?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you found out that something you're doing is killing dogs, would you stop?
Yeah, let's say
Maybe
you
there
found
is-
out that this shirt killed dogs, and we explained to you, oh, this brand is killing dogs. Would you
Yeah.
buy this brand again?
They use a particular type of glue that's made from dogs.
Yeah.
I'll have to investigate and see how many dogs they're killing. If it's
Even
a
if
good
just
reason.
one.
If it's just
One per year. they
one
kill.
per year. So
For 100 shirts, let's say, or 1,000. They kill one dog per 1,000 shirts. Would you still buy these type of shirts?
I don't know. I don't think I am because it's the most economic and only way to wear this type of T-shirts.
But you have
So
alternatives,
you're-
right?
Yeah, but
So you would still buy it even if we tell you that it's gonna kill a dog?
So if you
It's a
benefit
hard
from
question.
it, the injustice.
Why is that a hard
okay.
question? I don't understand why that is. It's you're
yes.
you're against injustice.
Yeah.
We tell you injustice, and then you find it a hard question to not buy a freaking
no,
shirt.
yeah, I could not buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or buy another shirt.
Or buy another shirt from
yeah, yeah.
another.
Why not do that then?
Yes,
All right.
I could do that.
What about food?
In food, I think it's different because all the,
Always
Like-
different with food, huh? How's it
Like-
different,
Are
though?
there foods that kill animals, and are there foods that don't kill animals? At least not intentionally for the crop death people around here. Yeah.
but the ¿cómo se dice cadena alimenticia? Cadena alimenticia. the alimentation chain. I don't
Food
know
chain?
the food chain.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cycle.
So
Really?
now you're basically just
Wait. What is the food chain?
Yeah.
What do you think the food chain proves?
what
Like
does it
from
prove? Yeah.
way ahead of time.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
somebody who has power. They kill them. Then this person kills them. Then this
Yeah.
person kills them.
So you're saying
And
because
if
it's
there's
been
no,
done
if you take one of the equation, everybody dies.
really.
Do you think that if we stopped consuming animal products, everybody dies?
It's
You
different,
weren't paying
but-
attention in biology, so let me explain. The food chain wasn't that. The food chain, the purpose of the food chain is, as you said, top to bottom, and it's also like a pyramid. And the food chain just shows how energy flows. The people, the individual of the body, at the bottom, they get a lot of energy, and as you go up, the energy gets less and less. So for the individual on top, that much waste is happening. That's
Yeah.
the whole point of the food chain, is to
Yeah,
show
but
the
is
waste.
it bad for a lion to eat a zebra?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but even if you think even if you think that the food chain somehow means power, you just said that power does not justify it. That would be an injustice.
Are you a
Yes,
lion that gets a choice between picking this group of food that does not intentionally kill animals or picking that group of food which does intentionally kill animals?
Yeah.
Are you a lion or are you a lion, are you trying to survive and you're just eating meat because you must?
How many supermarkets does a lion have?
Yeah, but how many people does the supermarket
Employ?
I don't know, like I don't know how to say it, but
Okay, but it's fairly simple. You're faced with the choice. You either kill
Yeah.
an innocent animal or not every day. Why do you choose to kill an innocent animal?
because it's a biology way to I don't know.
What do you mean? Is somebody forcing you to kill an animal?
No,
Do you
but
think something bad will happen if you don't kill an
What
animal?
in your biology forces you to kill animals?
Wait. Do you think something bad is happening if you don't kill the animal?
if nothing bad is going to happen
So then,
But-
why choose to kill the animal?
because every animal kills animals. Every animal in the jungle kills another animal and kills another animal. It's a simple way. And if I like better the animal that know the animal, that the fake animal, I'm going to eat the animal because it,
Wait a
since
minute.
past years
Do you
everyone
just,
is
do you
going
take your values always from other animals? Like if you see an animal do something, does that mean you can do it too?
no, but it's natural.
Yeah, if you see something happening in
depending
nature,
on the thing.
do you think something happening in nature, do you just take it and say it's happening in nature, therefore it's okay?
Depending on the thing.
Oh, so
Eating
then,
other
so-
animals,
So
yes.
then it means absolutely nothing, the fact that it's natural. So I'll ask you again, why is it justified for you
Ebola
to choose
is
to kill
natural.
an animal? Like what? Why do you choose to kill an animal? It's natural, doesn't matter. Okay, why do you choose to kill an animal?
Because I like it more and I don't
okay.
see
That's
it's
what it
bad.
is.
You
Yeah,
like
so
it.
you think the taste or the fact that you like it justifies it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so then if the German people liked killing the Jewish people, then it would justify it.
No. It's
According to
no.
your
way
logic,
different.
yes.
What's
According
the
to your
difference?
Because
logic.
an animal life is not the same as a person
Well,
life.
that's
Well,
what
depends
they
on how
said.
you
They
say.
said the Jews' life is not the same as a non-Jewish
Exactly the
life.
same, yeah.
They said,
I'm
oh,
sorry,
it's
it's
not the
not.
same,
I'm
so
sorry.
therefore...
What's the difference?
It's just not.
I think if you're asking a chicken, their life means a hell of a
The lo-
lot more than your life.
Listen, we're not saying it's the same in how bad it is. You can make your own calculation on that, but the logic that you're using is the exact same logic that any oppressor ever used to oppress anybody else. You say, oh, they're not my group. Oh, it's natural. Oh, we've been doing this for thousands of years.
Yeah.
I could say like, oh, let's kill people in boats because they're not in my group. They're
the
floating
Holocaust-
there.
I'm killing animals because it benefits myself.
Yeah, that's what people
In
say.
the
yeah.
Holocaust, they didn't kill Jews because it benefits
that's exactly
them.
why.
So if you get some benefit from it, then it's
They
okay.
kill Jews just because they didn't like Jews.
All right. So if there is a benefit to oppress somebody else,
No, it's
then
not
you
the
should
same.
do it.
It's
So
not the same.
I can go
not the
and
same.
rape a woman and then say, oh, I got benefit from it.
Yeah.
No.
It's okay because
the
my
same.
friend
Why is
here
that
told
wrong,
me
though?
that as long as I get some benefit from it,
Yeah, you benefit.
then
from
I'm
it.
totally okay doing it.
I'm sorry, I don't think so.
You don't
Yeah,
think
yeah.
so? But do you have any logic behind it, or is it just like I reject everything because I cannot think for myself, or is it actually logic?
What?
I have logic.
Okay, explain
Which
the logic.
I already explained it because in the
We've rejected pretty much everything
So
you
wait,
said
so
this far.
I'm just trying to understand. If I choose to kill a human right now and I benefit from it, you're saying it's wrong. If I choose to kill another animal, you're saying it's okay if I benefit from it. So what the difference is between this human being and this animal? And I'll make it easy for you. This human being is just as intelligent as the animal. So what's the difference between them?
because I think a human life is more than an animal life.
Yeah, but
Right.
that's your own thinking. I don't
So
give a shit
if
about
you
your own
think
thinking.
that your life is worth more than somebody else's life, then I can oppress them.
Yeah,
That's what you're saying.
exactly.
So what was it? Power makes might, or right?
Might makes right.
Might makes right. That's the one.
It's a fallacious.
Might means makes right. That's what
I'm
you're
sorry.
saying.
Thank you very much. I have to go to the house.
Yeah,
I have my reservation.
Yeah. I'm sorry that you failed so hard at this test, and you should really consider what you've just said.
You are an oppressor.
Can we have your account?
Yeah, for sure.
Um,
What did you think? How did your friend do? Did
That's
you follow
right.
I
it?
didn't hear well
You
what
didn't
you
hear,
said,
no?
but I.
You should
based
look-
on your shirt. I know you against eating meat.
Yeah.
No, we're not against eating meat. We're against violence towards animals. Are you okay with violence towards animals?
No, of course not.
So, but you
Of
pay
course
for
not.
I pay for it. This
You pay for violence against animals?
with my clothes.
No,
or-
with your food mostly, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Are you really against it then?
Sorry.
Are you really against it then?
Yeah.
so then you should stop, right?
Yeah, maybe. But
Can you really be against something if you pay for it to happen?
Well, I think there are a lot of companies, and you couldn't survive without them. And yeah,
Wait, which
we can
companies?
definitely survive without meat.
Which
but-
companies can't we survive without?
I don't know. Every company has some like dark ways to do some things, and
Oh, but this isn't. There is absolutely no way for you to eat meat without being violent towards an animal.
yeah, I know.
So it doesn't matter what company is doing. It doesn't matter if you're buying it from a farm. It doesn't matter if your uncle is doing it. It's violence towards animals.
Yeah,
And you have
right.
another option.
Yeah,
So how is it justified for you to choose that?
I don't know. It's not justified for me, but
Alright.
that's the way I choose to live.
So it's wrong.
Yeah.
Well, if you say it's not justified, but I choose to keep doing it, then you're saying like I'm doing something which I myself disagree with.
Yeah, but that's the way biology has made
Yeah,
us.
but that's exactly how any injustice works, right?
Yeah.
Like
Not
we
at all.
used to,
Yes.
we used
Biologically speaking, we can be healthier on a plant-based diet. We have studies
Yeah, but we
showing.
can be healthier with an animal-based diet.
You don't know anything about
Yeah.
Not at all.
I
I'm
know
a
for fact-
certified nutritionist, so let me explain it to you simply. 50 to 100 grams of meat a day, which is nothing, means you increase your chances of either colorectal cancer if you eat red meat or gastrointestinal cancer if you eat white meat. So tell me how that's healthy. Is cancer healthy to you?
No, but that doesn't
Is
mean.
increasing your chances of cancer a healthy thing to do?
He just
No,
became a
but that's not the
nutritionist
same.
on the spot.
Animals
yeah.
then also do animal bions against each other. Then
Yeah, but we know
I
better.
bet there are
don't we?
also some
Animals
plants
rape
that
each
can
other also.
increase
We
your
don't say we
cancer
should rape
risks.
each other because animals
Which
rape
plants?
each other.
No, I don't know, but by
You
fact.
don't know, yeah.
No,
You're just
animals
you're
don't
just coming up with a bunch of nutrition nonsense
I mean, yeah, but they're not.
just because you want to
Really
defend your
dangerous.
point, yeah. Just because you want to keep doing it, that's why you're like, oh, but there must be some really good reason for it. But what if you find out there isn't?
Yeah, that's an argument from incredulity.
Yeah.
That means there must be something to it. It's like saying, well, I don't know how the universe is created, therefore there is a God. No, that doesn't follow.
I personally don't believe in God.
Have you really looked into the nutritional
you have the
science?
same
Be
argument.
honest.
Yeah, I'm.
Have you
actually
really
about
looked
to
into the
start-
nutritional science of being on a plant-based diet?
No.
No. All right. So then maybe just don't make statements about that before you actually know about it, right?
Okay, I'm sorry.
So and then if you find out that there is actually a ton of science that tells you that you can be healthy on a plant-based diet,
Yeah,
then
I
why
absolutely
should-
think you can.
all right, but then if you find out that you can be healthier even on a plant-based diet, then why the hell should we continue subjecting millions and billions of animals to this cruel and unjust treatment?
Sorry again.
If you find out that there is a way for you to be as healthy as you are right now, maybe even healthier on a plant-based diet, then why should we continue to subject animals, billions of
I
animals,
personally-
to these horrible treatments.
Personally, I don't know if what you're saying is true. I need to see the facts. But if you show me, I could.
let's say you find out that it is.
Yeah, if I find out. But
Yeah.
what about you? If you find out that you could be healthier with a meat-based diet, would you change?
Not kill no animals. First of all,
If it would-
healthy. There's no such thing as healthier than healthy. Healthy is the bit between. This whole idea of you can be healthier than healthy, it means nothing. Healthy just means healthy. So if you're going to be healthy on a plant-based diet, you can't be healthier on a meat-based diet. There's just no healthier.
Okay, so we can also be.
And
healthy
this
with a
isn't about healthy. The whole
meat-based-
point we're saying you can be healthy while killing animals, and you can be healthy without killing animals.
Yeah.
How can you justify killing animals then?
I don't know.
Biology.
Well, it's
It's
not
biology. But biology,
Biology
is not
also tells you that you
descriptive.
can. Biology.
Prescriptive, yeah.
I have a fist. Biology means I have to punch people, right?
Yeah.
Why do you mean biology
biology is
my
not
fist is made to
biology
punch
is not
people.
prescriptive, right? Biology is a field of study where we look at how cells reproduce and all these kinds of things. It doesn't tell you what to do in life, It doesn't say like, oh, this protein uptake works in this way, therefore we must kill animals, And if the nutritional science is pretty clear, and it says that you can be as healthy as you can be on a vegan or plant-based diet, then there's absolutely no reason to participate in these kinds of cruelties, right?
Yeah, you're right. Thank you.
Yeah.
This is the kind of shit that they go through. This is for meat, for milk, for cheese. It's just full of blood. Like you sit in front of the monument of injustice, you're saying the same things that the oppressor said about the injustice done.
I don't think
they're the same arguments.
arguments.
The arguments are the same.
Thank you for
Go
the
and look it up.
Thank you
Very
very
much
much.
comparable.
You know,
Gas chambers come from what? How
in
would you tell me, by
Judaism,
the way?
Judaism,
We
the way
You think it's the
the
same thing? I'm
the
not
way
gonna-
to kill animals to eat, it's supposed to be like the least hurting for the animals. So yeah, I know it's
So even if we kill a dog, let's say
Yeah.
that had a happy life, and we do it for an optional product, is that a good thing to do?
no, it isn't obviously, but
So all animal products are optional.
Yeah, I know.
So is there any good reason to do any of it?
We do live in a fucked up world, and I
That
think
is not a good justification
Yeah,
to keep living in a
think,
fucked up world.
None of us has the power to stop it.
Do you
So
think chickens are
You have the
conscious?
power to
Yeah,
make your
maybe.
own choices, right? You
Yeah,
can go
we have.
and participate in this unjust world and keep continuing eating animal products, or you can stop and then be
Yeah.
part of a little bit more justice in the world. It's
but
not. It's not black
either
and
way,
white.
you're
It's like-
not gonna manage to do anything. So
So
What do you
you're
mean?
saying
Several people have turned vegan. We've spoken to a person
Yeah,
today
yeah.
who said they'll go
No,
vegan.
no.
They
I'm-
make
People
a,
actually
they make a
choose-
small
Yeah,
difference.
yeah.
Some people realize
that's
the
great,
injustice that they're
actually.
part of, and they actually choose to not be part of it. But you, since you realize you're an oppressor, what do you want to do? Continue being an oppressor because it suits you.
No.
Let him
That's
answer.
actually that you have achieved that many people have become vegan. It's actually amazing, but I think that I don't have the power to change the world. So
We don't ask you to have the
I don't
power.
even try. So
You should
So
change
we're
yourself,
not we're
not
not
the world.
naive, We don't think that if you change, the whole world changes. But we do
Yeah.
think that if one person changes, then that is a little bit better than one person not changing, right?
A
And
little
so,
bit, but-
and you have maybe more power than you think, because you go vegan, then people around you see, hey, this guy went vegan, and they ask you maybe, why did you go vegan? And you give them good reasons, and then maybe they go vegan as well, That is
And-
how the vegan movement grows.
at some point in the world, maybe everyone becomes vegan, but then suddenly there's gonna be people that doesn't become vegan again, and there's gonna be a whole lot of killing and a whole lot of
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
it's
just
gonna
like-
happen again. So
Just like there's
It's-
anti-Semites today, there's people
Yeah,
who
I
are
know.
against Jewish people today.
I know,
Doesn't
I
mean
know.
that they should have the right to oppress them. Just
They
because there
don't.
will always be people who think
Yeah.
animals are inferior, though we are animals also, but
Yeah.
other animals are somehow inferior because they're not us.
They're
Doesn't mean that they actually are inferior, and it
Yeah.
doesn't mean that even if you think they are, that you have the right to cut their throat or exploit them or kill them or rape them, which is what we do to animals.
On which side of history do you want to stand? Because you say at maybe at one point in history everybody will be vegan by default. Is it then that you want to tell your grandchildren, they sit on your lap and they say, "Granddaddy, did you eat animals? And then you want to explain to them that, yeah, I did. And actually, I met people on the street who told me that it is completely unnecessary, and I still did it. You know, is that who you want to be? Or do you want to be the guy that says, I didn't do it way before most other people did it, because I had independent thinking and I looked at the facts, and then I found out there's no fucking good reason to do it, therefore I stopped.
Yeah, maybe right.
Yeah. Then your grandchildren can be proud of you instead of thinking like granddaddy did it because everybody else did it, you know?
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I'm not gonna shake your hand because you're not gonna be vegan, probably. Yeah?
Okay.
Are you gonna be vegan?
No, but don't worry,
yeah.
don't worry.
So you're gonna be
I like
the other granddaddy, yeah? That was pretty heated.
It's okay. I don't like it because they were like kids essentially, but they came up with the most ridiculous excuses, and I'm just like, sometimes
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
just can't stand that. So
I ran out of patience very quickly with
Same.
this boy.
I'm not gonna shake your hand because you're not gonna be vegan. Yeah, exactly. If you're going to continue violating the rights of others, why would I shake your hand? How is that representative? I'm here to fight for the rights of animals. We have somebody, by the way, who's very triggered in the chat.
Yeah, they always get so triggered that you
This
don't want to shake
person.
hands. Huh? I shook hands with the guy.
Wait, Adir Hoden. This person is very, very triggered.
What an absolute. Yeah, like
Yeah.
somebody said also, like, it's so rude, you know, not to shake somebody's hand.
I think
like,
what's rude is cutting the throats of innocent animals. I'm sorry. What's rude is the violence.
I like the gesture a lot, because when you shake hands, it's some type of like, we're on the same page, we agree with each other, we're, you know.
Wait.
It's and you're saying like, I don't agree with you. We're not on the same page, so I'm not gonna shake your hands. That's totally in your right.
Adir Holden saying, "Will we actually fight against the oppressor, not just talk?" Oh, do you? It sounds like you're the oppressor. It sounds like you believe it's okay to oppress innocent animals.
Let me just.
They were born different to you.
Which oppression are you fighting against?
Yeah, which oppression are you fighting against?
Tell us, you know, like, what type of activist are you?
Vegan equals LGBT. First of all, you forgot the Q plus, and no, it doesn't.
No.
You guys look ill. Thank you. We do look sick. We look very cool. Sick people.
Show your
Yeah.
muscles. Sick. Yeah, very sick. Animals are sentient, feeling, and.
You all think you're better than everyone because you don't eat meat. First of all, we are better because we don't exploit, abuse, and slaughter other animals. But we don't think we're better. We're just here to try and get other people to no longer oppress others. This isn't about us. This isn't about you. So whatever inferiority complex you have about yourself, maybe keep it to yourself and realize that we're here to fight for the rights of others, not your inferiority complex. I'm sorry, Adir Hoden, what rights are you fighting against? You said you'll explain. Oh, if I see a rapist or cannibal, I would kill them. Oh
my God.
That's what you're fighting against. If somebody comes to me and they tell me that they eat humans and they kill humans and they do bad things to humans, you know what?
It's so embarrassing.
I won't shake their hand. I'll be violent towards them. But if they're violent towards any other animal, oh, fuck them. I'm violent also, therefore it's okay.
You know, these people, they don't understand how much time and energy we spent in, coming up for the rights of animals. We're not just only on the streets. We do lots of other things to actually fight for the rights of animals.
Let's fight for any rights.
We're activists, and then, people come to us like you and say like, oh, you should do it differently, or, but like, it's always people who are not activists themselves. They're not fighting for the right of anything. You're just a fucking NPC going through life doing what everybody else does, and not trying to make the world a better place in any shape or form. You know?
Wait, we got somebody else saying veganism is a
Damn
mental
consumer.
illness, and he's spamming. Please don't spam because you will be timed out. But please explain to me, what is veganism?
Yeah, I'm 100% sure this person does not know.
You would rather have civil war than a world with meat eaters. Nobody said that. I don't know, like, all of you people are like, it's just sad to me that you can't think rationally with, like, you have to, like, your stomach always comes into the way of your thinking. You have to stop thinking with your stomach and think rationally. If there's no reason for us to violate the rights of an animal, just don't violate the rights of an animal. It's as simple as that. There really is no complexity to it. It's the most simplest thing in the world. Don't harm an animal because you don't need to do that. Oh, is that difficult?
we have somebody just saying cut in the chat all the time at TikTok. I mean, this has to be like a 3-year-old or
Yeah, probably.
it's like grow up, you know. Sorry, but like grow up. I'm sure you're a teenager and you're bored and you think like it's a funny word. Well, it's not, you know.
Wait, somebody said you have explained it earlier. The pyramid challenges nutrient density towards the top. It doesn't. There wasn't nutrient density. Jesus Christ! It was how much energy is wasted. God damn it, man!
Trophic levels.
Some people are just like.
Shall we do one more conversation and call it quits?
One more conversation. I was gonna suggest just now.
Let's do a good conversation.
Let's try and have a good one. You started this time. It seems like when I started, they become.
Well, we were very unlucky with the boy. I don't think there was any good outcome possible. He didn't. It's also funny that, you know, he was very convinced that he would have stood up against injustice in those times.
Clearly.
And I'm fairly convinced after talking to him that he definitely would have not.
Well, he only would have stood up because he said he's Jewish.
Yeah, right. But like, if he would not have been Jewish, or
they got
if,
super
if it
offended.
was the Jews suppressing, you know, the Palestinians, he would have definitely been on,
I told
on the
him-
oppressing side.
While you started the conversation with this guy, I went to them and told them that chickens are put in gas chambers. And he said, well, if you're comparing what we did to humans, I'm not going to speak to you. What do you mean?
Yeah,
This is exactly comparable. We're putting a sentient being into a gas chamber because we think it's better this way. What the fuck how is that not comparable?
Yeah. Well, apparently animals are so below us that we can't even compare.
Other animals, because we are animals
yeah.
too.
Apparently other animals are so below us that if we compare some injustice that happens to humans to injustices that happen to animals, then apparently all of a sudden we're allowed to be, you know, all offended. How dare you compare this injustice to another injustice? Because animals can't be unjustly treated. They're just animals.
Yeah.
We can do what the fuck we want to animals, right?
Yeah.
No, we can't. And
Somebody
even you don't
gave-
believe that.
Somebody gave us education, therefore we're superior.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh, we-
but if they didn't give us education, we deserve the right to be killed.
We can communicate, therefore we're completely justified in killing animals.
Somebody on the chat on TikTok is saying eat animals. I keep saying it once or twice or how many times I have to say it. Stop thinking with your stomach. We're here to think about with our brains. Not stomach, brain, okay? Think with your brains. That thing that you claim you're more intelligent, that you have above other animals. Think with that. Use that.
All right, one more good conversation, man. Too many trolls.
Too many trolls, yeah.
Let's up the ante a little.
Sure, but let me just explain to some people, maybe some people who are watching in the chat who are not being trolls, who are discouraged by what's saying in the chat.
Yeah.
Don't be discouraged by any of this. Don't be discouraged by us being a little bit harsher on this. We hear a lot of these arguments often. People always try to troll us and try to make it seem as if we're the problem or something. But in reality, what we're here to fight for is the rights of animals. If you think animals deserve the right, which is the basic minimum right for them to exist, for them to continue their existence without us harming them, without us exploiting them, then you should be vegan, because that's what being vegan is. It doesn't mean you'll suffer. It doesn't mean you'll miss out on anything. It doesn't mean it will be hard. No, it's just like any other change in life. Maybe it's a little bit difficult at first, but after a week or two, it's exactly the same. The only difference being is that you no longer oppress other animals.
Yeah, it's very simple. Like, why would we treat dogs so well and any other animals so badly? You know, or like animals in the animal agriculture. I mean, there's no good reason for that. And if we say, yeah, but it's because, you know, dogs are pets, you know. No, they aren't in some countries. And then if we are going to treat others just because we have some connection to them, like you say, oh, I'm going to treat my mother and my dog right, but then the rest of, you know, other mothers and other dogs can go to hell and can be oppressed, then this would be a very shitty world. And in fact, it is a bit of a shitty world. It's getting better though. Like, you know, if you look back at injustices that happened in the past, we've gotten better, and I have some hope that we will also surpass this injustice. But if the rule is, you know, we're going to oppress some group of individuals, sentient beings, feeling beings, simply because we don't have a connection to them or we didn't grow them to have a certain connection to us, then this would be a very shitty world indeed. And yeah, as I said, it is already for 90 billion land animals being killed each year.
Hey, you want to have a conversation
Here
with
we
us?
go.
How old are you?
16.
16. You can't be on
That's
camera.
too
sorry.
young. Sorry. Nice to meet you, though. You seem like a nice boy.
Hi, how old are you?
18.
18.
All
Very
right.
good. Are you okay being live on YouTube and TikTok?
I don't mind. There's nothing.
Okay.
All right.
I want to find out.
Are your friends going? Well, are your friends going to be pulling on you all the time?
No,
and
no.
then
It's fine. We've got like 5 minutes. With it.
5
you wanna
minutes.
come here to the train
That's,
review?
that's quick. We're gonna make it.
Is this a weird? There's nothing like. Oh wait. Oh. Sorry.
No worries.
Bye.
What was the question?
Animal rights. Do you care about it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then don't
Oh, we
eat
can have a
animals.
good chat.
That's all that we're
Yeah.
saying.
Let's see, maybe we get somebody else.
Everybody cares about animal rights until they all of a sudden have to change their behavior. Huh?
Hey, how old are you?
20. 19.
Are you guys okay being live on YouTube and TikTok?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No
All
problem.
right.
¿Vende? No, come. Si está grabado.
You wanna come here to the train review?
So
What's your name? Are you? How old are you?
19.
Are you okay being live on TikTok?
Yeah.
Okay.
No
What's your
problem.
name? I'm Chip.
Andrés. Paco. Pedro.
Chip.
From Spain.
All right, Lobo. Hey, nice to meet you. Where are you from?
Spain. Almería. South of Spain.
Nice.
South of Spain. Colombia. I'm from Colombia.
Colombia. Yeah. So we have some questions about. Do you ever think about morality?
Morality. Yeah.
You ever think about it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Like, let's say that you grew up in this body, in your body, but with a very different education. Let's say you grew up in the 1930s in Germany, and everybody around you became a Nazi. What do you think? Would you have become a Nazi?
It's a hard question.
Very hard question.
Very
huh?
hard question.
Yeah.
Yes.
You have a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
There is a lot of people.
Yeah,
that
a lot
are-
of pressure. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and they're
You,
telling you
you
this
need
is-
to follow a standard, and if you don't follow it, maybe you have consequence.
Maybe
Well, no.
Maybe,
Let's
yeah.
imagine that there would be no consequences for you if you choose to not be a Nazi. there would be
maybe
no
I
consequences.
will
or you could
like,
be quietly not a Nazi.
Yeah.
maybe I will read about that, but obviously what I will read is conditioned for the government I grew up. So it's so difficult to not grow up like a Nazi.
Yeah, that's absolutely
But
right.
obviously I'm not. No estoy de acuerdo. I disagree with that.
You
but
disagree, yeah.
probably
But maybe back then you would have agreed. Everybody around you was doing
Yeah.
it. It seemed absolutely
Yes.
normal. Your parents
maybe you
were
see
Nazis,
like
maybe. Yeah.
a black sheep. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. So you're not sure, yeah.
I'm
You're
not
not
sure.
sure. So what do you think? I think that's a very honest answer, yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think would have helped you not become a Nazi? Like, how could you have stepped out of that? Like, what needs to happen? Let's say you didn't become a Nazi. Why?
Influence about opposition in my family and in my around.
Yeah, but let's
Like,
say your family was Nazis, everybody around you was
Yeah.
Nazis, everyone was telling you it. But you saw the Jews, they were being oppressed. You saw how they were disappearing from their homes. You saw them being dragged away. And you became not a Nazi, you became against Nazis.
Yeah.
What happened? Why did
like
you not become a
maybe
Nazi?
seeing something that is a hard impact for you, like you see something that you are not comfortable with that, maybe my mind changed a little bit in front of my eyes, I think.
Yeah. And
What
you-
if you didn't see it in front of your
Yeah, that
eyes?
was my next
What if you
question.
just learned about it?
Yeah, what if they just told you? Like,
Yeah, if you read the story and
Yeah.
you find
But
out that that's
all
actually
or your
your-
neighbors disappear, but you didn't see them get dragged from their home. You know,
And
you
all
knew
your
them.
family is Nazi, and
Yeah.
Yeah, because you know, in concentration, for example, during the 30s, they were taking the Jewish people, but they were saying that they're putting them in a concentration camp.
Yeah.
Kind of like how they're saying in U.S. now that they're putting the people in
What is it, a holding center?
holding
Yeah,
center or
Yeah.
something, right? They kept another name, and there were stories floating around about the fact that they're killing Jewish people, but nobody, like, you know, people weren't actually believing, but like if you would actually find out that they are, and you would hear the story that they're putting people in gas chambers, would you be for it? Would you be against it? How would you feel? How would you feel?
I think against it.
What if
Like,
everyone around you would be like, yeah, it's bad, but I don't really have a
But
problem with it
if-
because it doesn't affect me.
if there are a lot of rumors, something is strange.
Yeah. Let's say you
Like-
find out to be true, right? That they are
Yeah.
forcing them into gas chambers. Would you then be like, if everyone around you is benefiting from it, including yourself, and everyone around you says it doesn't affect me because it will never happen to me, then would you still say, no, they should stop putting
It's
them?
so difficult.
It's
Like,
difficult, huh? 'Cause
What do you
it's-
think a very wise person, let's say you have a friend and they stop being a Nazi and then in fact they become an anti-Nazi. What do you think, why did they do that? Like, can you imagine that a person would be against Nazi Germany or against the Nazis in the 30s in Germany? What do you think is different about them, these people, the heroes, so to speak?
maybe their story in life, like maybe they see something or heard something about something close to him that makes him thinks that and
Yeah.
become against all country, all his country.
Let me suggest something. I think that it could also be someone who looks at, okay, we are now oppressing Jews. We're taking them from their homes. We're putting them into concentration camps. I don't see any good reason why we should do that. I don't see a reason why Jews should be treated as less than other people. And therefore, because of this rational thinking, we shouldn't do it. Do you think that somebody smart like that could go like, and then think about it and go like, we
But
shouldn't be doing
it's
this?
difficult rationally like that
Yeah.
because you grown up being conditioned
Of course, yeah.
by
so
others.
your
so
rationality has
change
to
a lot.
has to be louder or has
Yeah.
to weigh more
Yeah.
than your conditioning.
Obviously.
And do you think like, if we now present you with something that is an injustice, but rationally speaking, you shouldn't be participating in this injustice, that you will continue participating in the injustice or that you will stop? What do you think? Let's say that this is happening right under your nose. Let's say back there's a big injustice. And in fact, you are paying for it and you didn't even know that, but you are paying for it. And we're telling you about it and you rationally think this is not a good thing. We shouldn't be doing this. Are you then going to stop or are you just going to, everybody does it and let's just continue?
I think it's 50-50. There is
50-50.
two way of people. Someone thinks in one way and other
Yeah.
in the other
Pro-
way. So
But what if they turn on you? Like, I don't understand
Probably,
this mentality.
probably in the most of times I will pass, like leave it.
the normal thing is
I-
to
Pass.
pass,
What do you mean with pass?
Like
to pass away. Of,
pass away, leave the injustice.
Oh, you will stop, yeah?
No.
No, but the
Oh,
the
you will
premise-
just continue doing
Yeah,
the...
I think so.
Oh,
I It's hard to say, but I think
nowadays.
So
nowadays
it's okay,
nowadays
like-
it's like that.
Nowadays-
and some wars that are happening.
But what you're
right
saying
now.
essentially is you don't want to think for yourself, right? What you're saying essentially is you just do what everyone else does.
That's what you're saying. You're saying you're...
Even if it's wrong, even if you, when you think about it, you realize it's
I know
wrong.
it's wrong. I know it's wrong.
The thing
but
is, you think that it's obviously wrong, but you don't do anything to solve the problem.
But if
or-
you are participating in it, you
Yeah.
are part of
if
of the injustice. And somebody
Okay, I
tells
will
you
stop
you
it.
are
I
part
will
of an
stop it. I will
injustice,
stop it.
are you going to step out of the injustice because you rationally understand that I am part of an injustice, therefore I should stop? Or are you just going to continue because everybody else around you
I
is
will
doing
I
it?
will stop it. If I'm participating, I will stop it.
Yes.
Maybe
All
if
right.
I'm not participating, but I'm just seeing that, I will probably stay away and no.
Okay.
Sorry, but
Now we are going to try and
we
get
have to leave. We have some friends.
Yeah.
Just 2 more minutes. 2 more
Ah,
minutes,
okay.
okay?
We'll
more
give you an
minutes.
injustice.
Yeah.
Actually, an actual one. that is happening right now.
Right now.
That you are participating in.
So right
Yeah.
now, every time you go out, when you consume products like animal products, for example, when you eat, an innocent animal gets forced into a slaughterhouse. For example, chickens get put in gas chambers. Cows have their throats cut. They get raped. All of this for products we don't actually need. Because if at some point we could say we needed to consume those products, nowadays we don't no longer need this. And whenever we do this, whenever we make this choice, we are participating in the injustice that systematically forces animals into slaughterhouses. And it's not like the number of animals. I don't think it's relevant because it's 90 billion land animals. It's in 2 years we kill double the amount of land animals than humans that have ever existed. In 2 years only. So.
And not only do we slaughter them, but we rip out their like testicles, so like with pigs. You know, we cut their teeth, we clip their wings, we brandish them. You know, we
And
do
all
all
because
these kinds of things. You know.
And all because they're these animals. Because in reality, none of you would eat dogs, would pay for a dog to be killed for you. So what exactly justifies doing this to these animals? Like, how is that fair to do this to these animals? Is it not an injustice?
But I grown up like in a different way.
That is exactly what somebody like that would say, right?
Yeah.
I have grown up in Nazi Germany. Everybody around me is doing it. But what does your rational mind tell you? If there is no good reason to hurt or kill an animal, don't do it, right? And if we're telling you there is no good reason to do it because we know in 2026 that there is no reason to do it. We even have vegan athletes, like Novak Djokovic, who won Olympic gold after being on a plant-based diet for 7 years. We have Lewis Hamilton, who's a vegan. We have Venus Williams. We have empirical studies, randomized controlled trials showing that you can be as healthy on a vegan diet. So why should we then continue participating in the mass slaughter and exploitation of animals? And at the same time be friendly to dogs. Oh, but dogs, those are cute,
Yeah.
Pet them, bring them to the vet if something is wrong, treat them as family members. But this animal, a pig, put them in a gas chamber, cut their throat, rip out their balls.
But I'm sorry, I don't think like that, bro. Like I'm not.
Yeah.
Like I'm okay with.
Yeah.
Being fed with animals.
All right.
So you're okay with the injustice that's happening towards animals?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's not happening to you.
I suspected that.
Yeah. So it's exactly the same as if it were during Nazi.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you would have been a Nazi.
You would have been a Nazi.
If you're gonna,
It's not the same.
You're
We're
using the
logic.
same logic.
Yeah, but
They were saying the same thing.
100% the same logic.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
grew
but-
up
but-
this way.
but-
How is that a good rationalization for anything?
it's not parallel to that.
Thank you for the interview.
Okay. Well, think for yourself, huh?
Yeah.
Bye.
Oh, good. I'm not going to shake it.
That was such a cool conversation. Well, I mean, I'm not happy with the outcome, but the outcome was never going to be that these guys were going to be vegan. But I think we pretty much got to the bottom of it, right? They're basically saying 50-50, I'm going to be a sheep. I knew at that point they were going to be one sheep in the derogatory version, even though sheep are actually quite nice. But yeah, they were going to definitely be NPCs, as you always say, and they absolutely were. They said, "I grew up that way." That was the entire rationalization.
Somebody makes a question. What about the clothes that the third world child made for you to wear? Sure, if you give me an option that I need to wear clothes because I can't live in a society without wearing clothes. So if you provide me with an option that does not do that, I will choose the option 100% of the time.
Look at that, it's from
In fact,
worn out vegan.
My t-shirt
It's-
was made in the Netherlands, by the way.
Yeah, this is this cotton was gotten in a very
And you
eco
compared it-
and human-friendly way, actually.
And you compared it to Nazi. Yes, 100% it's comparable. We force animals into gas chambers. We do it because we benefit from it. It's very much comparable. It's an
Yeah.
injustice that we do towards them.
But it's not about measuring what injustice is worse. It's just saying that the logic that you're using is the exact same logic that you can use to justify any kind of atrocity.
Yeah, pigs are forced into gas chambers. Chickens are forced into gas chambers. I think they would force cows into gas chambers also. They just don't have big enough gas chambers. But
And also to the point of like, what about your clothes, etc. I mean, we look into those, right? So I mean, I looked also into like my phone, for example. Too. You know, this is a Fairphone. It's gotten like this Fairphone. They actually have their own NGO,
Yeah.
getting these kind of rare minerals in a very human-friendly way. It's one of the best ways of getting a phone. I mean, I do want to participate in society. I'm a machine learning engineer. I participate in the society, right? So
somebody says,
but I'm gonna try and do that in the most ethical way as I can.
argue, debate, create content, but remember, deep down, you will never succeed. We already did. There's plenty of people who went vegan by watching the content.
It's just supposed to
We
kind
already
of
succeeded.
trigger
What do
us,
you mean
or
by
like,
that? Yeah.
it's just trying to be nasty. I
That
guess.
just sounds like motivated reasoning on your behalf. It just sounds like you're triggered.
You're
by
never
something.
going to succeed. I mean,
Yeah.
is that like how you go through life?
Yeah, and all
telling
this
people you're never going to succeed. Like we're here standing up for animal rights. Like, why are you so against that? Like, why? Look, no, I hate animal rights. No, we should kill animals. That's really what I think
Do you
we
think
should do. You
all
know?
animals should have the same rights as humans?
No,
we
of
don't,
course
shouldn't
not.
give the right to vote to animals, but we should give them fundamental rights. Just like we don't give children don't have all the rights that most humans do, but
Yeah.
we give them the basic right to live their own life, to not be exploited.
Give them freedom.
That's it. Give them freedom and the right to not be exploited by us.
Right. Just leave them alone.
You are killing animals when growing crops. We've already been through this before, but I'll explain it
Okay.
really quickly. We grow a lot more crops to feed to the animals. So whenever you're eating animal products, you're killing a lot more animals in the product, in the process. You need B12 to live. Yeah, well,
we can get B12 from
yeah.
other sources.
Exactly.
I do.
Me too.
My daughter is vegan. She's
Yeah.
2 years old, and she gets B12.
Yeah.
She's probably less B12 deficient than most of you, actually.
Yeah, and we also had I did activism with a person called B12 Babe.
And B12 is so many products are fortified nowadays with B12. The soy milk that I buy in Albert Heijn in the supermarket here has exactly the same amount of B12 as dairy milk. So it's really not difficult to get enough B12 on a vegan diet.
Another happy birthday to Utops, by the way. Happy birthday, Utops.
Yay.
DJ, happy birthday.
Would you call Jewish meat eater a Nazi? Genuine question.
I mean, we weren't calling these people Nazis, just to be clear. We said that during that time, they would have been on the side of the Nazis.
That's true.
That's
Yeah.
all we said.
I didn't call anybody a Nazi. Yeah.
So, can a Jewish person be part of the problem, on the same situation? They can. In fact, nowadays, the people who support what Israel is doing, they're kind of in the same position. They're supporting genocide and all the things that Israel state is doing, which are wrong. So you can still be Jewish and support a genocide. It's not a given that all of a sudden if you're Jewish, you're against any form of genocide.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Fuck yeah. But yeah, I would definitely have said that you are using the same logic as the Nazis are, and by extension, if you would have grown up in Nazi times, you probably would have been a Nazi. Yeah,
Exactly.
I wouldn't have been too afraid to say that. Yeah, just because he's Jewish doesn't
If you
exempt
eat
him.
grass-fed cows, it's better than a vegan or eat wild meat. Better for whom? Because the animal is not better for them, for sure.
Oh, this cow is grass-fed. Shoot him in the head. You know.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Oh no, that's like he's had grass. What a wonderful life.
Yeah, that's it.
Shoot him in the head.
Free Palestine, 100%. Yeah. Alexandra, we're finishing up, Alexandra. Though happy to see you here. Meat is just too good to let go. No, it's not. We can find plant-based meat. A lot of the times, by the way, for people who are actually genuinely interested in being vegan, you will know that when you get a craving for meat, what is actually recently I heard it recently that the craving isn't for actually the taste of meat, but rather the texture of it. So you're craving something meaty, and that's fine. When you're doing that, just order a plant-based dish. There's plant-based meat that the texture is almost identical to animal meat, and you don't need to exploit and kill anybody in the process. So easy peasy lemon squeezy. Let's just not force others into slaughterhouses.
That's very true. I like a heavy meal, you know, I like a heavy kind of tempeh or seitan kind of products. Yeah.
Low testosterone behavior, not at all. My testosterone is actually higher than most individuals. That's also why I build muscle so easily.
Actually, that was found by me as well. Like my blood panel shows that I'm pretty high in testosterone. Actually.
Yeah.
But it turns out that this is what something my girlfriend pointed out to me, that testosterone makes you actually more sensitive. And so the reason why testosterone is so, correlated with this kind of masculinity, with the manosphere, with these kind of,
It's because you've been brainwashed.
ridiculous trying to be manly stuff, is because really you're just more sensitive and you can't deal with it. Therefore, you're lashing out. You're like, I'm a man, I must kill stuff, But it never was like that.
What do you think about catching and eating your own meat?
Why would you do that?
It's just as bad.
If you don't need to do it, don't do it.
Why do we crave meat? Perhaps because we fucking need it, bro. No, I also crave ice cream sometimes. Doesn't mean I need ice cream. Cravings don't come from something that you need. Cravings don't emphasize any form of nutritional requirement.
I've also not craved meat in over
Me
20
neither,
years.
by the way.
I never crave meat.
Never. I'm just saying
Never,
to the
ever.
newly vegans or people who are concerned. And I actually really want to speak more to the people who are watching, people who are genuinely interested in being vegan. It's not difficult. There's a thing called Challenge 22. You just have to put your name in an email and your email, and for free they help you go vegan. Challenge 22 or Animal Justice 21. If you Google any of those, Challenge 22 or Animal Justice 21, they help you go vegan for free. Do not get discouraged by the meat trolls, all of these people in the chat. We get so many people in here being so triggered by it because, you see, the thing about it is, though, for a lot of people, being vegan is an identity, as they claim it is, right? When they see us, they think that that's our identity. Although we're animal rights activists right now, we never speak about us being vegan, or sometimes we speak about it, but mostly we speak about the animal rights activism. This whole idea of identity, you don't have to lose your identity, you don't have to gain another identity. You can be whoever you want to be. Just don't oppress any animals. Thank you, Martin, for putting Challenge 22 in the chat. That's all it is. Don't keep your identity. Be who you are. Just don't oppress animals. That's all we're asking. That's it. Nothing hard.
Somebody said, why did we evolve to have teeth for eating meat and plants?
God. Is it hard being vegan? Brown cheese?
No.
No, it's not. It can seem hard because it's a change and life general kind of changes in life seem hard, but in reality it's very easy. And whatever hard thing you see at the beginning, at the end, or after a month, after a week, it all fades away, and life just is as it always has been.
And also, I want to show my teeth. These are not, carnivore teeth. They're not meant for ripping up an animal, just like a lion. They said, look at my canines, They're nothing, bro. So I'm not gonna rip up some animal with that. And it doesn't look delicious to me also. I don't see an animal going and I'm going like, and then grab it by my teeth and then shred it to bits.
What do you
and look at this jaw. It can
moves
go left
and
or right?
Yeah.
So, yes, we definitely don't have teeth for ripping meat. But even if we had, it doesn't really matter because we should look at the science. And if the science tells us with randomized controlled trials, with cohort studies, with meta-analyses, we're seeing time and time and again that we can be healthy and healthier on a plant-based diet. So then there is absolutely no reason to look even at nature and say like, oh yeah, just because we can eat meat, therefore we must eat meat. It just doesn't work that way. It's just because you have the ability to do something doesn't mean you should.
Being vicious to meat eaters and calling them names won't change them, by the way. I couldn't give two shits, Amanda, about what people put in their mouth. I'm vicious to people who violate the rights of animals, and I think we should be there. If somebody's violating the rights of humans, I wouldn't be like, oh, can you please stop? No,
Well,
I'm
what
gonna
names
be.
did we call them?
Oh, she said because we're calling them Nazis. Well, we just said this again, like
I don't think I called anybody a Nazi today.
Even if the formulation was that we did call them Nazi in some way or another, that's not the point. It was in a particular context. I hope you understand that is the context, and whether we should or shouldn't call them names. First of all, we're not calling people names. We're calling them what they are. When you are oppressing innocent animals, you are an oppressor. Should I not call you an oppressor because your feelings will get hurt? I don't give a shit. That's who you are. When you are forcing, when you're saying that, when we're talking about Nazis and we're saying that in the context of you would have just done what everyone else would have done, and then you pick up and say, well,
I wouldn't change because it is what everyone else does, then you would have been a Nazi in those times.
Yeah.
There's nothing else to say.
But I
So-
didn't know. I don't think we called
Yeah.
anybody a Nazi.
And Amanda says an oppressor. Yeah, Amanda. People who are oppressors should be called oppressors because they are that. What do you mean? That's exactly.
But if I did call somebody a Nazi, I apologize. That was not my intention. You know, but what I think I said is like the logic that you use is the exact same logic that the Nazis used, and that for me that means that if you grew up in those times, you would have been a Nazi. And I stand by that statement.
Wait, first of all, Tafti, thank you so much for the gift membership. Second, I will be vegan if I can grow strong. Yeah, you can grow strong, no problem, on a plant-based diet. Try Challenge 22.
Yeah, but also show him your muscles.
Chip, every product you use in your life oppresses animals. Nirvana fallacy. No, sorry. This is an appeal to futility more. Like, no matter what we do, some animals will be oppressed. That's fine. That doesn't mean oppressing more animals in the process.
Hitler was a vegan, somebody said.
But name calling isn't what will work. I'm just trying to help y'all. Well, Amanda, first of all, I don't know if you're vegan or not, but regardless, I hope you are. I hope you're also an animal rights activist, since you're telling us how to perform animal rights activism, because you know so well. But like, even if, by the way, name calling would imply me calling somebody stupid when just because they hurt my feelings or something, right? Name calling would imply that I'm insulting him in some ways. But if somebody is genuinely being an oppressor, I will call them an oppressor because they're an oppressor. If somebody's acting stupid, I will call them stupid because they are acting stupid. I don't have a problem with calling people what they are. That is not calling people names. GMOs are killing the entire ecosystems. Also factually false that you have been misinformed about that. GMOs aren't actually that bad.
Yeah, every research that I've ever read on GMOs doesn't show that GMOs are bad. People are just freaked out because it's not natural.
Yeah.
But that's just a natural fallacy. Just go and look that up, the natural fallacy. It says that, oh, if it's not natural, then it's not good. Or if it is natural, then it is good. But that's just bullshit, you know. Ebola is natural, you know.
What's your opinion on synthesized meat, not killed but grown from stem cells? I have no problem with that. We're as long as we don't oppress any animals, that's what we're here to stand for. As we've said countless times, we're not about what you put in your mouth. We're about no longer oppressing others. Ecosystem killers. Wednesday. Great that you mentioned the ecosystem, because when you consume animal products, you use 4 times more land, 3 times more water. You are responsible for two more times eutrophication and biodiversity loss. So if you're calling us ecosystem killers, I don't know why I would call somebody who kills more of the ecosystem. I think being alive inherently means you kill some of the ecosystem, because that's just what being alive means, sadly. But what that doesn't give you the right to destroy and kill more. In fact, if you care about ecosystems or ecology or environment, the best thing and the easiest thing and the absolute bare minimum you can do is be vegan.
Yeah, being vegan, you
Wednesday
have almost half the carbon footprint as a meat eater.
And when you say you're silly, well, I just base all of this based on empirical data. There's several studies showing that, but if you want to look at IPCC, Intergovernmental Panel for Climate Change. They are the largest organizations of climate scientists on the planet. They're essentially responsible for, if there's any source you can trust regarding the climate, is the IPCC, and they made a report, and in that report they explained exactly that, based on empirical data, by the way. YouTubes, I hope you saw that we said happy birthday, because I see it here. Dude, climate change is not real. Sounds about right for some people to not believe in climate change.
You have epistemology problems.
Yeah, I think we were just discussing about that.
It's impossible to talk to people who say these kind of statements when overwhelming scientific evidence shows us that it is real. And then you have somebody says, oh, I know better than that. It's not real. Okay.
YouTube says he missed that. YouTube's, we're saying
Good
happy birthday, YouTube's, happy birthday. No, happy birthday for real. Climate change is real, what the fuck? Yeah, we got some people here on YouTube who says that climate change is not real. Host, what's your views on air protein? I didn't know that that's a thing, but
Air
as long as it
protein.
doesn't oppress others,
I'm all for it.
I should read up about that. I don't know.
If it's okay to oppress animals if it suits this hypocrite. Not at all. If by the way, I'm sorry, just to be clear for everyone listening, if something I'm doing is oppressing others, please tell me what else I can do to no longer oppress others, and I will do it. It's as simple as that. Thank
Here
you.
somebody says vegan diet is not healthy. There's only one plant that contains all 8 essential aminos. So first of all, there are 9 essential aminos,
Oh my
and
God.
every plant contains every 9 of them in various numbers. So you can just look that up. It's fact check that. 8 essential amino acids. You don't know what you're talking about. Which plant contain all 8? You're really stuck to the number 8. I'm telling you, it's 9. There are 9 essential amino acids. And Google it, ChatGPT, Claude, whatever. We don't really need to tell you what the facts are.
Hey, smoking blondie.
Chip, where do you live? Did the construction of your house result in the oppression and murder of animals? Oh my God.
No.
Oh, Lordy, maybe a rainworm.
But
got
if it
crushed,
did,
yeah.
obviously, if my house meant that some animals died because they built my house, obviously that means I can do whatever I want to animals
Yeah,
going
yeah.
forward, right?
Since some animals got killed, therefore
That's it.
kill all the
That's
other
it.
ones
We
as
can
well,
do whatever
right?
the hell we
Yeah.
want.
Oh,
That's
wait,
it.
wait! I just stepped on an ant.
That's
Therefore,
it.
I am okay to kill this pig. Because
It's justified. I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
right.
madam. I
Yeah.
know you love your dog, but I accidentally killed an ant yesterday, and I have the right to stab your dog in the
Right.
throat, leave them hanging upside down, drain their blood, and eat their, their insides, because that's what I like
because
to do.
we can't perfectly, not harm animals. Therefore, we should harm animals. That's called the nirvana fallacy, by the way. Make your own clothes, grow your own food, live in a tent, stop using the internet, get rid of your phone. Yeah. You
Wait.
should do all those things, but tell me which.
Yeah, those are doable. You're right.
What kind of activism do you do? Like, what kind of injustices are you trying to solve with your life? What are you trying to fix here? Or are you just going out and telling people how they should live their life without properly giving them any kind of reasonable alternative? Hypocrites.
Yeah.
Who are the hypocrites here? Us,
ma-
I guess.
Maybe. So first of all, by the way, everyone, Lodewijk has a YouTube channel and a TikTok an account.
I do. Oh yeah, actually. In fact, I do. Yeah. I never look at it.
Kind Future Now. Kind Future Now. All one word. Kind Future Now. So if you're enjoying Lodewijk, Kind Future Now. That's one.
Yeah. Go
Number
and check
two.
out the hypocrite.
You can check out the hypocrite. Number 2, I want to give a shout out. I think Draculum and, if I'm not mistaken, Has Vegan were both first to comment on the last stream. So I want to give a shout out to both. You get a shout out if you comment first on the stream. You get a shout out once the stream ends. That's on YouTube mostly. I haven't looked on TikTok yet. I don't know who commented first today, so I'm not going to give a shout out to that. But yeah, when people bring up other issues, I always ask where their protest is and offer to go.
Yeah,
Good point.
That's a really good point, Evan. That was what I was trying to say just now. Like, what kind of rights are you trying to stick up for?
Yeah, tell me what I can do. Yeah.
Because people that call us hypocrites, at least we're standing here trying to make a little bit of a positive change for the most oppressed beings on this planet. What are you doing? You're just standing here being on YouTube, hypocrites, because you have a microphone, you're wearing a shirt, you're standing in the sun, you look ill, come on, man.
Yeah.
We're just trying to
look,
do a good thing.
This person, Adir Hoden, who was obsessed with us, he said he's standing up for justice. You don't have to stick up for anything.
All right, this person is criticizing us for standing up. And then I asked, what do you stand up for? And then he says, I don't need to stand up for anything.
Let me see.
Let's
look at Adler Hoden.
Adler Hoden.
Bro, you look like an old man. Why are you, as an old man, saying this nonsensical, stupid stuff?
It's got to be a joke, the profile.
Oh, well. Okay.
There you go. Yeah. all right, you don't need to stick up for anything, but then just don't tell other people who are trying to stick up for rights and for justice violations how to do their job, you know.
You're not standing up for anything other than being obnoxious and annoying. No, we're standing up for animals.
Yeah.
I know it's hard for you because you see other animals as objects. I know you think that, hey, they're born in a different shape than me, therefore it's okay to oppress them. It's not.
Yeah.
They deserve to live just as much as we all do.
Every person going vegan can save up to 100 animals a year, you know, and I've made dozens of people vegan. And so imagine, you know, multiply that by the number of years they're vegan, and then multiply that by the number of 100, which 100 animals a year. And then imagine all these animals standing here, thousands of them, and then telling me that this is for nothing. It's not for nothing. It's for a lot of animals.
Thank you so much, everyone, for being here.
That's how statistics work, by the way.
I'll probably be back tomorrow. Maybe with some Discord outreach or maybe TikTok outreach also. So if you got arguments against me, I got a good argument against you.
You hypocrite.
Yeah.
You're wearing a cap. You're
wearing a
wearing
t-shirt.
glasses. Where did the glasses come from?
I'll take off my t-shirt, everyone. That's it.
You're
That's all
bald.
we'll do.
The
I'm
bald guy's still around.
No, the bald guy's no longer around.
Jesus. How insecure can you be?
Yeah.
You're bald. All the vegan activists are bald.
Oh no, a dog. We should kill them and eat them.
Oh yeah, he looks tasty.
He looks tasty.
Yeah. I stepped on an ant, therefore I'm justified.
Okay, see you later, everyone.